attendance ready to watch this game as we take a look at the series history. The Sooners have won 2 straight and 12 of the last 14 games since 2003. Last year, Oklahoma won the game 38-20 in Norman. Lincoln Riley, 34 years old, youngest coach in FBS. His first season at OU, his only loss to Iowa State this season. They're 7-1 coming into this game. On the other sideline, 50-year-old Mike Gundy, one of the great coaches in all of America. In his 13th year at Oklahoma State, he played here. His 111 wins, third most among active FBS coaches at their schools, trailing only Gary Patterson of TCU and Nick Saban at Alabama. Perfect day for football. Temperature in the mid-70s. As we take a look, Boone Pickens Stadium. I tell you what, partner, this is one that has a chance to be a special one.
No doubt, in particular with these two quarterbacks, and that's what I'm so excited to watch. Mason Rudolph, Baker Mayfield. This game, over the course of its history, has always been played late. Last game of the season, Thanksgiving week, the weather's always been a factor. Now, we get to see these quarterbacks play in perfect conditions and sling it around the yard.
Oklahoma State won the toss, deferred. OU to receive. Marcellus Sutton is the deep man, number 21, a junior from LaGrange, North Carolina. Matt Amendola will kick it away. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, welcome to Bedlam. And OU will take a knee in the end zone. So the Sooners come on the floor, on the field rather, with Baker Mayfield. And what's the story when OU has the football?
This team is so balanced, and it's not just Mayfield, but it really starts with their experienced offensive line, one of the best in America. They've got to protect Mayfield and continue to run the ball well. They're one of the best rushing teams in the entire country and the best in the Big 12. On the defensive side for Oklahoma State, it's really about maintaining their aggressiveness and turning the ball over, getting takeaways. Last week against West Virginia, 5 takeaways. They lead the Big 12 with 17 on the year. That needs to continue today.
So Baker Mayfield leading OU onto the field. He's got magic in him, folks. He's like Willie Beeman. He's got magic dust sprinkled all around him. He knows what to do and when to do it. On first down at the 25. And already some pushing and shoving going on.
Eric Wren just didn't snap the ball. Going to be a false start on Oklahoma.
False start. Offense. Number 75. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Eric Wren, the center, number 58, just didn't move. All 4 of the other offensive linemen took off when Mayfield clapped his hands, and this noise bothering OU early.
So a first down and 15 at the 20. Mayfield throws it, and Rodney Anderson with the reception. He's chopped down by A.J. Green. So Baker Mayfield has never lost a true road game in his OU career. He's 12-0. This is the last big one on the schedule. They run it, and nothing. Anderson trying to get through the hole, and he is stopped by Jordan Brailford.
Here's the first big opportunity of the game for Oklahoma State to try to get off the field, force a punt on OU's first series. These third down opportunities, the player that OU likes to target is their big tight end, who's going to be flexed out, number 81, Mark Andrews.
And there's Andrews in motion right now. He comes into this game with 36 catches to lead the receiving corps. 3rd and 11 at the 24. Empty backfield for Mayfield. Baker Mayfield fires and picked off. A.J. Green stepped in. A.J. Green chopped down at the 27, and Oklahoma State is in business. Only the 4th interception of the season for Baker Mayfield.
He got caught staring down his wide receiver, and what's going to happen is you're going to see the corner drop off and come outside from the right side of your TV screen and just falls right into the route. That's a great job from Oklahoma State, understanding to read the eyes of the quarterback, jumping the route, and A.J. Green gets the interception, and another takeaway for this Cowboy defense.
A.J. Green has been red hot, had 2 interceptions last week against West Virginia. First down and 10 at the 28 for the Cowboys. And they hand it off. Justice Hill with room at the 20. Hill sprinting. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. But a flag on the play.
Looked like there might have been a hold on the right side of the offensive line.
Holding. Offense. Number 28. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
That's James Washington.
James Washington down the field. As Hill breaks through, there's Washington. There's that right side. See his right hand as it's tugging the jersey and the left hand, and he's just unable to get free. That was Parnell Motley who he was holding, and the penalty negates a touchdown. That's just a huge mistake from James Washington.
So instead of the touchdown, Oklahoma State faced with 1st and 5 at the 23. And they'll hand it off to Hill, running the same way, breaks it back, stays on his feet, and dives forward to the 20-yard line. Justice Hill leads his team in rushing on the season, close to 900 yards. He's a sophomore out of Booker T. Washington in Tulsa. Here's Rudolph over the middle and incomplete.
And a late flag is going to come in on Motley, number 11, who arrived just a touch early as Washington was trying to go up for that pass.
Parnell Motley, sophomore from Washington, D.C., H.D. Woodson High School.
Pass interference. Defense, number 11. Spot foul, automatic. First down.
Lincoln Riley. When Bob Stoops retired in June, Riley, with just 2 years in the program as an offensive coordinator, was named his successor.
Now wearing number 97.
Got an eligible tackle on the field, number 97. That's normally number 73, Tevin Jenkins, the right guard, who's changed jerseys. He's on the left side of your screen.
First down at the 11. Here's a handoff. Hill. And he's knocked down by Kenneth Murray, first man to him. Middle linebacker, freshman from Missouri City, Texas.
Kenneth Murray is a good-looking young player, just a true freshman, 6'2", 242 pounds, very instinctual player, but also still learning. That's a very difficult position, the middle linebacker spot, to play as a young player because there's so much going on. He's got to get the calls, as you see him right now, trying to communicate with the defense.
Second down and 9 at the 10-yard line. Rudolph hands it to Hill, tries to cut it back, but is stuck. And he may have lost a half yard on the play. Murray, first man to him again.
Was Overton as well, just the sophomore. This guy, he's played some of his best football in the last couple of weeks, and he forces now a longer third down opportunity, and this is going to allow Oklahoma to put a few more of their resources into coverage to try to stop some of these great wide receivers that Oklahoma State has on the outside.
So 3rd and 10 at the 11. Oklahoma State still with an opportunity to get a first down. Rudolph to throw it. Near side, incomplete. So Oklahoma State unable to capitalize with a touchdown off the Baker Mayfield interception as they bring on the field goal unit.
Just such a bad penalty from James Washington, which negated the touchdown. That's a huge win for Oklahoma to force this field goal opportunity.
Matt Amendola, sophomore from Lansdale, Pennsylvania, right outside Philly, comes in to attempt a 29-yarder. He's 12 of 18 on the season. Got it up. And good. Oklahoma State takes a 3-0 lead here in the first quarter. The first mention of it is in the Oklahoma newspaper in 1943. with no credit given to its originator. 3-0 Oklahoma State. Baker Mayfield will come back on the field after throwing only his 4th interception of the season. Marcelius Sutton is the deep man as Matt Amendola sends it away. Sutton will get a shot from his own 2. Flag on the play. Sutton still moving. Sutton breaks it to the 40. Sutton still moving, and he gets all the way to the Oklahoma State 45, but there is a flag. If it stands, it's a 53-yard return.
Illegal wedge formation on the receiving teeth. 3 people coming together, advancing up the field. It's a 15-yard or half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, this rule came into effect just a couple of years ago, and here's the Oklahoma players that form a wedge, and then they all move up the field at the same pace. They were trying to get that out of the kickoff because that becomes such a dangerous point of contact. You had guys flying down the field, and they were called, quote-unquote, wedge busters on the kickoff team, and they were trying to remove that from football, make the game safer. They changed the rule. Oklahoma's guilty there, and it gets a really quality return for OU.
So Mayfield will start from his own 7. Baker went over 10,000 passing yards in his OU career last week against Texas Tech. He was 22 of 34, 281, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Abdul Adams in the game at running back. And they give it to him running right. Slides through to Quentin Osborne with the tackle, the redshirt senior.
You'll see several running backs for Oklahoma. Rodney Anderson has been the hot hand of late, but Abdul Adams is healthy. He's probably the most explosive back that Oklahoma has in the backfield. He's averaging over 10 yards a carry.
2nd down and 6 at the 11 after the 4-yard gain. Mayfield to throw it. Steps up, delivers to the sideline, incomplete. Andrews was open. But Mayfield, he'd like to have that one back. Just put too much on it, partner.
Just a little bit. Andrews ran a great route. He's going to start to the outside and then cut back under the defender, and just too much. Boy, as a quarterback, you'd love your wide receiver, or tight end in this case, to lay out and do everything in his power to bring that in. But you're right. That was thrown just a touch in front of him. Mayfield certainly would like to put that right on his chest.
3rd down and 6 at the 11. Here's Mayfield. Drops it off. Adams bobbled it loose. Who's got it? Oklahoma State. Touchdown Cowboys. Calvin Bundage picked it up.
It looked like Adams just dropped the ball after securing the catch on the little swing route.
Rolling on the field is a completed catch, fumble, recovered for a touchdown.
What a great bounce for Calvin Bundage, who's able to get it. Let's see if he's got enough control and the element of time. The ball is bobbling, never. Boy, that's going to be close because you just never see it secured. Remember, it doesn't necessarily matter if he's moving with intent or having that football movement until the ball is secured. You have to have control, then the element of time or a football move, and that deems you as a runner. That one's going to be very tight, and they're going to try to do this, I'm sure, with some real speed replays.
The ruling on the field was a completed catch and a fumble for a touchdown. That plays under further review.
Certainly looks like he's making that football move, but my question will be, did he ever secure the ball? It never looked secure based on that video, but again, the call on the field was a catch fumble.
Here's another look. Dean Blandino, our rules analyst, working in the studio in Los Angeles. Dino joins us. Dean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Joel was explaining it well. It looks like the receiver does make a football move, but does he ever put the football away? You have to gain firm control. And the key is watch it in real time. Anytime you slow it down, you can make it look like he actually has it when he doesn't. This is close. To me, it's an incomplete pass. I don't think he ever puts it away. The call on the field was a catch fumble. I wouldn't be shocked if they stayed with it, but to me, he never puts that football away.
I don't know, Joel. To me, this is a catch and a fumble and a touchdown.
You know, it looks like it because he makes that football move. I'm just never certain that he gained control, but I'm with Dean. I think I would be surprised if they overturned it. This is one of those where regardless of the call on the field, I feel like they're going to stay with that. But shoot, I felt that way last week and was certainly wrong. You know, it's just never in control, whether it's the left or the right hand. You know, anytime you see this right here, when they're actually writing down, you know, they're looking at the play clock, they're looking at the down and distance, they're looking at a lot of different things right now and writing it down. This leads me to believe that this will be overturned and become an incompletion. Because you just wouldn't need all that information.
So if it's an incomplete pass, it will bring up 4th down and 6 for OU at the 11-yard line.
And that would be the second touchdown from Oklahoma State that would be removed, one via penalty and this one via replay, if it's, as we assume, going to be called an incompletion.
So here we go.
After reviewing the play, the receiver never established firm possession of the ball. It's an incomplete pass. It's 4th down and 6 at the 11-yard line. Please set the game clock to 11:18.
Dean, thank you very much. Great job. So Oklahoma dodges a big-time bullet.
Boy, a huge one there. And this defense for Oklahoma State has done an outstanding job early in this game of attacking, flying around, and creating opportunities. First, the interception on the first series, and there with the ball on the ground, almost get the scoop and score.
So Austin Seibert will punt it away from his own end zone with Dylan Stoner back deep at the 45. And they get it away, and it's a good punt. Stoner backpedaling, has it at the 35. So coming up, Mason Rudolph and the Cowboys on offense right after this. And by Chevy. Chevy has earned J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Cowboys with the ball on top of the Sooners 3-zip. What's the story when OK State has the football?
This guy, James Washington, he's one of the best deep threats in all of college football. This season, he's got 8 catches of 40-plus yards. That's the most in the FBS. And then for the Sooners, they've been Jekyll or Hyde on defense. At times, they've been dominant, and at times, they've allowed scores on almost every single possession. So we'll see which one shows up today.
1st down and 10 from the 36. Rudolph to throw it over the middle. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. Thomas was right there. Receiver stumbling. Marcel Aitman out of his brain.
The best player on the football field is Obo Okoronkwo, number 31, the outside linebacker for Oklahoma, and he provided just a little bit of pressure on Mason Rudolph on that last pass play. Listen, Oklahoma State understands that's the one player you have got to account for in pass protection.
Obo leads the Big 12 in sacks with 7. 2nd and 10 at the 36. Hill running it, cuts it back, stutter step and goes down at the 42. Caleb Kelly with the tackle.
This is those situations on 3rd down that Oklahoma in the last 9 possessions against Texas Tech a week ago, they were highly successful getting off the field. Texas Tech was only one of their last 10 on 3rd down. We'll see if that carries over this week.
3rd down, 6 at the 40. Washington, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. He is a burner. Rudolph, play fake, looks that way. And incomplete, ball thrown high. for Washington. Good coverage by Parnell Motley. And Oklahoma State will have to punt it away.
And that throw from Rudolph is something that has crept into his game the last couple of weeks. Last week we saw some overthrows in their game against West Virginia. He's been struggling a little bit with the health of that right shoulder, his throwing shoulder. They've tried to downplay it, but overthrown here on a big third down.
So Zach Steiner in to punt it away from the 25. C.D. Lamb is a deep man. This one, a line drive. Lamb from the 20 steps up. Lamb still on the move, and finally is wrestled down at the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, a 10-yard return. Zacharias Green with the tackle. Baker Mayfield not off to a good start. Let's see if we can get it rolling right after this. The Cowboys on top. Moments later, Charles Thompson's 18-yard touchdown run allowed Oklahoma to regain the lead. Mike Gundy had a chance to win it for the Cowboys, but Brett Parker just couldn't handle the throw. Coach Gundy. Such a huge part of this program as a player and a coach. The winningest coach in Oklahoma State history. First down and 10 of the 29 for Baker Mayfield. And they'll hand it off to Rodney Anderson, and he'll drag black jerseys with him as he gains 9 yards on the play. Richards and Trey Flowers had to jump on his back to bring him down. They hand it off again, and a first down for OU. Anderson.
Well, Anderson has had the hot hand of late. We had him against Kansas State. He was terrific in that game, sealed the game with a long touchdown run, and then last week against Texas Tech, well over 100 yards, and he's certainly the hot hand of these Sooner backs. And in particular with Abdul Adams dropping that ball out of the backfield in the last series. Not surprised that Anderson is getting some love here.
First down and 10 at the 40-yard line. Oklahoma has dodged 2 big bullets. They could be down 14-0. Here's Mayfield. Delivers. Caught. This one in the crease. Michael Jones, his 6th reception of the year. He's averaging 22 yards per catch. That's a gain of 11.
Yeah, and this tempo is as quick as Oklahoma has gone in the last couple of weeks. Now they'll slow it down a little bit as they've gotten up to midfield. And this is more of what we've seen this year. Not necessarily methodical, but for them in a spread offense, just a touch.
Anderson, the deep back. First and 10 at the 49. Play fake. Mayfield goes through his progressions. Wide open. Caught. Dimitri Flowers. Touchdown OU. 49 yards. Fourth receiving touchdown of the year for Flowers.
The move that Flowers makes in the route is exceptional. Watch right here. Flowers is going to come out, and then the safety, which is Trey Flowers, his cousin, he's coming to guard him, and right here he's going to give an inside move. Flowers falls down, then his cousin Flowers catches the ball and takes it in the end zone. These two are as close as close can be. Consider themselves more brothers than they are cousins, and they go at each other right here in the first quarter.
Seibert in for the extra point. And it's good. 9:03 to play in the first quarter. Oklahoma shaking off the Hanks as they take a 7-3 lead on the road in Bedlam. Back to Stillwater right after this. Flowers with the 49-yard touchdown catch as he beat his cousin for 6. Johnson, the deep man. And this one goes out of the end zone. Let's go downstairs to Jenny Tabb. JT, what do you got?
Well, Gus, you mentioned it. The two are more like brothers than cousins. I had a chance to talk to Trey earlier this week about the relationship. He said at one time they dreamed about playing together. Trey is a year older. He decided on Oklahoma State. Dimitri had been close to following, but the Cowboys wanted Dimitri to play defense. Well, his heart was set on offense, and I guess we saw a little bit why there. He said the two are very close. They talk every week. Right now, he needs some bragging rights, guys. Trey wants to get a win for his family's sake.
All right, well, Dimitri certainly has the bragging rights going on right now. First down and 10 at the 25. Rudolph to the sideline. And knocked knocked away. Well defended by Parnell Motley. And they've been going at him early, Joel.
Well, Jordan Thomas is the more experienced corner, and he's been probably a little better this year. And Motley has gotten the bulk of the attention from opposing offenses because of that. And he's proving himself well here. He did have the pass interference call early in this game, but a couple of nice plays here in the last few series, and settling in nicely against this very potent passing attack.
Rudolph off to a slow start. He's 0 for 4. 2nd and 10 at the 25. Here's Mason Rudolph to throw it. With time. Lofts it up. Aitman. Make that Johnson caught. And down at the 15. A 60-yard reception. Stephen Parker takes him down.
Well, what you're going to see here is the safety gets kind of lost because the route's going to come from the inside. It's a slot receiver that comes in. He's going to force his way out, and then he's going to take his way all the way to the middle of the field, and there was no safety help there for Stephen Parker, who got lost in the middle of the field. Great throw from Mason Rudolph down the field.
Tyron Johnson, the LSU transfer, with his 13th catch of the season. First down at the Oklahoma 15 for Oklahoma State. Rudolph guns it underneath and incomplete. James Washington, the intended receiver, just couldn't hold on.
Well, everybody else was expecting Mason Rudolph to hand that ball off. Even the wide receivers were looking back at him, almost surprised that he was trying to throw it their direction, and they weren't trying to create any separation. It's one of the reasons that one fell incomplete.
2nd and 10. Play fake, Rudolph over the middle, incomplete, a flag on the play. Chris Lacey, the intended receiver, looks like he was tripped up.
Yeah, Jordan Thomas, number 7, just got way too physical as Lacey took off towards the inside right there, grabs him, basically tackles him to the ground. Easy call for the official.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7. Spot foul, automatic. First down.
Boy, this offense attacks in a hurry, don't they? And themselves right down in this position, but they were down here before and could not punch it in.
First and goal at the 6-yard line. Justice Hill, the deep back. They give it to him. Hill. And he'll crash his way forward into Stephen Parker and get inside the 2-yard line.
Hill's not a huge guy. He's only 185, but he runs very strong. And when he gets into these situations, you'll see him dive behind his pads, and he gets those shoulders down low, using leverage to try to get into the end zone.
2nd down, goal at the 2 for Oklahoma State. Rudolph running it, and they were prepared. The Oklahoma defense sits on him. TJ Ward didn't bite on the play fake.
And exactly what happened a week ago. They tried to get Rudolph loose inside the 5 and dive in for a touchdown. Oklahoma was ready, saw the film, and TJ Ward played that perfectly, brings the big quarterback to the ground.
So 3rd down and goal at the Oklahoma 1 for Oklahoma State. Trailing it 7-3.
Gundy wants a timeout. He's run all the way out on the field. He's at the 20-yard line.
So we'll step away for 30 seconds. 7-3 OU, but Oklahoma State on the 1.
7-3 Oklahoma State knocking on the door. Big 3rd down call here at the 1-yard line. They've had an extra offensive lineman in this entire series, number 97. Normally wears 73. That's Tevin Jenkins.
3rd down, goal at the 1-yard line. Rudolph in the shotgun with Justice Hill behind him. Quick throw into the end zone. Marcel Aitman with the catch and touchdown. What a beautiful throw and an even better catch.
And taking advantage of the mismatch. Marcel Aitman is 6'4", 220, and Rudolph does exactly what you should do, which is put it way up in the air where only he can catch it, and then that's just strength at the catching point. Aitman goes up, grabs it in those big old hands, gets his foot down, and it's touchdown for the Cowboys.
So Oklahoma State answers with a 6-play, 75-yard drive, scoring in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. The 60-yard catch by Tyron Johnson, the big play on that drive. And with 7:01 to go. The Cowboys back on top. Here's Matt Amendola for the extra point. And it's good. 10-7. 7:01 to play in the first quarter. Marcelius Sutton, the deep man, as Matt Amendola sends it away from the 35. And Sutton steps up. He'll start from the 2. And Sutton chopped down as he crosses the 20-yard line. So tonight on Fox, it's a Big Ten matchup as Minnesota takes on Michigan at 7:30 Eastern. Then later on FS1, Oregon takes on number 12 Washington. See it all on Fox and FS1 or stream it all live on Fox Sports Go. Every game is everything.
Yeah, that change that Michigan made at quarterback position certainly has the feel like it might turn their season around a little bit. Brandon Peters goes in. He was the #1 player in the state of Indiana out of high school. Gatorade Player of the Year, 6th quarterback in the country, and has been playing well since they put him into the lineup.
First down and 10 at the 20. Trey Sermon now in the game at running back behind Baker Mayfield. On first down, Mayfield looking, scrambling, throws, and incomplete.
Good coverage down the field from Oklahoma State, not biting on that play fake. And then down the field, the man coverage was excellent. Mayfield nowhere to go as Lincoln Riley tried to dial something up for his quarterback. Head coach, of course, but still maintains the play calling duties, which is the prowess that got him to where he's at in the coaching ranks today.
Second down and 10 at the 20. Empty backfield for Mayfield. Here comes a blitz. They pick it up, flag on the play, underneath route, and this one is caught. Hollywood Brown, the sophomore, with a big game. But let's see, there is a flag.
Looks like offside. They were trying to bring that blitz, and Calvin Bundage, #1, I think that he just mistimed it from the linebacker spot. And it was just across the line of scrimmage.
Offside. Defense, #1. In the neutral zone for snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
Here's Bundage, #1 right here, and he's going to be blitzing in just a hair too early. Boy, that was very close. Certainly didn't look like it on that replay.
So it makes it second down and 5 at the 25. Mayfield sprints out of the pocket, looks backside, got a receiver. Andrews has it. Andrews all the way down to the Oklahoma State 20-yard line. Edison Magruder with the tackle, but it's a 55-yard gain.
Boy, what a great play fake. And then Andrews came from all the way on the opposite side of the formation, and Oklahoma State just lost him in space.
First down at the 20. Mayfield pump fake. Mayfield looking. Scrambling, steps up, delivers underneath. Brown again with the reception, and he goes out of play at the 10. Edison Magruder there to usher him out of bounds.
I haven't seen a player since Johnny Manziel that executes amidst chaos like Baker Mayfield. It looks like it's a frenetic pace, and yet Mayfield is making really calm decisions outside of the pocket when the play breaks down. He's just so good in those moments, and Mike Gundy was certainly concerned about that coming into this game.
2nd down and 1 at the 11. And Mayfield to throw it. Incomplete. Third down and short.
We're going to bring in the big bodies. Sermon will be your tailback. He weighs 222 pounds, and Mayfield will go from under center.
3rd down and 1 at the 11-yard line. Mayfield hands it off to Sermon, looking for the first down, and he has it. Continues to fight and crawls his way to the 5.
Yeah, great push by the offensive line. Drew Samia, the right guard, did an excellent job. He blocked down to his left and cleared the path for the entire way. Samia, a junior from Sacramento, California, 6'5", 302. Very good offensive lineman. He did not play against Iowa State. That was one of the reasons they were giving up so much pressure against the Cyclones when they lost that game at home.
First down and goal at the 5-yard line for OU. Mayfield gives it up. The end around, but dead. Touchdown Sooners. Jeff Badet squeezing his way into the end zone. And Oklahoma takes a 13-10 lead.
Boy, it was a race to that pylon. Badet has certainly got the Jets. Right here, he's going to turn it on, and now it's just a race, and he gets just inside of that pylon. Great block on the outside by number 17, Jordan Smallwood. Smallwood really is the one that cleared the way so that Badet had a lane to go. You've seen he's a little shaken up. This is one of the tightest sidelines that you've got in all of college football. These walls, these black mats that are up are closer to the field of play than really anywhere else, and I'm going to make sure that he got in. He certainly was in. You see, with that type of speed and momentum, as they go crashing into the ground, and the wall is not much further behind where that camera angle was.
Mayfield, 2 touchdown passes now in this game. He's thrown at least 2 TD passes in a Big 12 record, 22 straight now. Seibert for the extra point. And it's good. 14-10, 3rd lead change already. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Bedlam. More right after this. (14-10) OU on top of Oklahoma State. A 5 versus 11, the highest ranked game of the weekend. As you take a look at the scoring drive, 6 plays covering 80 yards. OU scores at 2:16. Badet with the 5-yard touchdown.
After a slow start for these two offenses, boy, we've seen the firepower here in the last couple of series, haven't we?
Certainly have. Seibert will send it away. Johnson, the deep man. And this one out of the end zone. Let's go to Sam Farber in Los Angeles for a game break.
And it's always tougher on the road team because you just don't have the resources, the food, the accommodations. So that'll be an uphill climb for Penn State, facing a pretty salty Michigan State team there in East Lansing.
Especially after the Spartans lost to Northwestern last week. Rudolph throws it as he finds his receiver over the middle at the 30-yard line.
He just dropped it. Fine Feyuiaki. Pretty sure I just got that right.
Yeah, you did. I was waiting for you.
Nice drop. I appreciate that.
Youngster.
You do it. Back to you.
2nd and 10 at the 25. I'll get him the next time. Rudolph, delayed handoff. Hill follows his blockers and gets to the 31. 5-yard gain.
Well, they got the big play on the last series, but here they come out and a little conservative trying to run the ball.
3rd down, 5 at the 30. Hill again. And Hill lowers his shoulders. He will not have enough for the 1st down.
Well, this is interesting now because of the rhythm that Oklahoma has established on offense. I know they think they can go get this yard, but this is a precarious spot to go for it on a 4th down. Just at the, 34-yard line? And it looks like Mike Gundy is going to run his punt team out onto the field. They thought about it for quite a while, but that's why I was surprised with the 3rd down run call. If you're going to punt it anyways, I think you got to have the ball in Mason Rudolph's hands there.
The signer will punt it from a 19-yard line. C.D. Lamb standing at the 25 for Oklahoma. Lamb signaling for the fair catch. And he has it at the 20. Don't forget to check out Breaking the Huddle with Joel Klatt, my partner, on Facebook Live Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
It's been certainly that time of year that's fun to be chatting about college football with the rankings.
What did you think about the playoff rankings? Alabama #2, Georgia #1,
yeah, but
Notre Dame #3.
Yeah, I thought that they actually got that right, you know, and I wouldn't have even been all that mad if Alabama was even lower, just based on the schedule and based on the way that they treated Wisconsin. Now, if you're going to go pure eye test, I think Alabama's the best team in the country right now. They certainly are the most balanced, but their schedule has not been anywhere near good. And the committee clearly diminishing their resume because of that, and putting them at that #2 spot in favor of the Dogs, who got one of the best wins of the season at Notre Dame earlier this year.
20-19, 1st and 10 at the 21. Trey Sermon in the backfield. Lamb in motion. They hand it off straight ahead to Sermon, and he powers his way forward. Flag, though, on the play.
They're going to get the same guy. Calvin Bundage is getting just too fast of a start on these pressures, and this time he was coming off the right side of the offense and again into the neutral zone.
Offside. Defense, #1 in the neutral zone at the top. 5-yard penalty. Replay 1st down.
And here he is at the top of your screen, and they're bringing him on a pressure, and jumped offside on the right side, now on the left side. Same problem. Gotta hold your water and make sure you're not giving free yardage. And the reason is it's not just the 5 yards, but it creates a 1st and 5. This is a free down for Oklahoma. And with a quarterback like Mayfield, they can take a big shot down the field, and it's still 2nd and 5 afterwards.
From the 26, 1st down. Mayfield over the middle and dropped by Andrews. Actually, make that Calcaterra, Grant Calcaterra, the freshman.
Trying to get the true freshman some time here from Rancho Santa Margarita, California. He was an early enrollee, 4-star recruit, #2 tight end in the country. Very good player, but there the ball's just a little bit too high. He's got to come down with that ball.
2nd down, 5 at the 26. Sermon, and he is ambushed before he gets to the line of scrimmage. Jordan Brailford, the redshirt sophomore from Tulsa, makes the tackle.
What you see here is just off the edge. They don't block the defensive end, and he just comes crashing down and blows the play up before they can really get going. And it creates a situation now where the 3rd down opportunity becomes an obvious passing situation.
Sooners lose 2, 3rd and 7 at the 24. Mayfield sprints out, throws on the run, caught, and a 1st down for Oklahoma. as Michael Jones makes his second catch of the day.
Really good route from Michael Jones because he takes off with speed. He's going to come all the way out, and he's going to force the defensive back to turn around, and then he just dips out of it, hits the brakes, comes back for the completion and a conversion for the Sooners.
On 3rd and 7, Oklahoma gets 11. First down at the 35. Sermon. Not a lot. As Justin Phillips pulls him down.
This defense has been playing really well. Last week against West Virginia, they held West Virginia 192 yards under their average. The last couple of weeks, they've done a heck of a job. And it started up front with their defensive line, their ability to stop the run, and that's what they've got to do today against an Oklahoma team that really is a very good rushing team, best rushing team in the Big 12.
2nd and 9 of the 36. Here's the end around, the double reverse. Jones throws it and caught. What a catch by Trey Sermon as he goes up high and brings it down.
Gus, they had the double reverse, but Sermon threw it back to Mayfield, who actually made the pass. I mean, there was so much going on in the backfield. See, right here, he pitches it to Mayfield, and then Mayfield basically throws a fadeaway, and they're able to get the completion. What an amazing play there, and a catch down the field by number 4, Trey Sermon.
16-yard gain. First down to the 48 now for Oklahoma. Play fake. Far side. Caught. Brown running. Hollywood Brown knocked out of play as he gets inside the 15.
Check out Dimitri Flowers. He's going to be coming out from the fullback spot, and he's going to lay the key block on the outside right there. Boom! He's going to get A.J. Green on the ground. Brown waited and was patient enough to allow that block to happen, and then he takes off with the speed.
36-yard gain for Marquise Brown. 1st and 10 at the 12. Mayfield with time. Mayfield in the end zone, incomplete. And a flag. Andrews, the intended receiver.
A.J. Green was in coverage, and they're going to talk about this because the back judge did not throw his flag. This is the end of the play. There's the see
there
that
is no
left
foul
arm.
on the play for pass interference. 2nd down.
Wow, I don't agree with that. You don't pick that up because the angle was better from the field judge's side. He's the one that threw the flag in the first place because he saw A.J. Green with both arms wrapped around the waist of Mark Andrews. That was the correct call, and he was talked out of it by the back judge, who did not throw his flag but didn't have the proper angle. Boy, Oklahoma State fortunate there. That's a flag that should have absolutely stood and would have created an easy situation for Oklahoma.
2nd and 10 at the 12. Sermon. And he'll get inside the 10. And partner, I don't know about you, but Oklahoma's offense looks complicated. It's so much misdirection. It's even hard to kind of follow it a little bit.
There's a lot of movement, isn't there? And that's because there's so many different skill positions for their opponent. 100-20, but today it's OU getting the better of the Cowboys. 14-10 is the Sooners lead, and they're knocking on the door again.
3rd down and 5 at the 7 for Baker Mayfield. Sermon standing next to him. Mayfield, quarterback draw. Mayfield, can he get outside? Mayfield, touchdown OU. His 5th rushing touchdown of the season.
How about the stiff arm from Baker Mayfield? He was going to get tackled for about 1 yard gain, maybe 2, by Justin Phillips, number 19, and Mayfield just said, "Get out of my face," and runs to the pylon.
Mayfield, a big guy. He weighs 220 pounds, 6'1". Some compare him to Favre in terms of his personality. When I see him, Joel, I kind of see a right-handed version of Steve Young.
I like that. I like that.
Rugged.
You can go so many different directions. I'm not sure why the officials need to see so many angles. His whole body is inside the pylon, reaches out. That's pretty clearly a touchdown. We'll get this thing kicked here. I actually see a little bit, I know this is strange, but a little bit of Elway, because he's got those pigeon toes a little bit. You know, and heck, I grew up in Denver, you know, that's my childhood right there.
Extra point is good. 21-10. Oklahoma. Let's take another look at the Magic Man getting in the end zone.
Well, this is what you got here, is that you're going to have Phillips, who reads it perfectly, and as Mayfield takes off, they clear out and they run Sermon to the left. He looks over to the left, and right there, I mean, I think he's dead to rights, and boom, just the stiff arm. Phillips can't get his arms close to him, and then Mayfield takes off and dives for the pylon. I wouldn't say he's overly fast or a great runner, but he is just competitive enough in those situations.
But it looks like he has really quick feet.
Yeah, great instincts, great feet. I think his feet, Gus, they remind me of a middle infielder. You know, he can get himself balanced, ready to throw in the pocket. Then he gets outside of the pocket. He can throw from any angle. And right there, he shows you some of that upper body strength with that stiff arm of Justin Phillips. Justin Phillips, by the way, he's 6 foot, 230 pounds, and Mayfield just stoned him with that left arm. A great run from Mayfield.
Tyron Johnson back deep for Oklahoma State. Cowboys digging a hole for themselves here in the first half. Seibert picks it off. And this one out of the end zone again. Let's go to Sam Farber for a game break.
Gus, number 3, Notre Dame playing host to Wake Forest. Saw what Mayfield can do with his legs. How about what Fighting Irish quarterback Brandon Wimbush can do? 50 yards in it's his second rushing touchdown of the day as Notre Dame up 24-10 on the Demon Deacons in the second quarter. Gus and Joel?
All right, Brian Kelly made some changes during the offseason at Notre Dame, their head coach. He decided to spend more time with his players.
Yeah.
And it's really paying off big in South Bend. 1st and 10 from the 25. Rudolph, near side. This ball caught, Devin Stoner. And Stoner, the redshirt freshman out of Jenks High School in Tulsa, knocked out a play by Will Johnson.
Well, you got to keep yourself within striking distance in a game like this when the offenses are going back and forth. So a big series here for the Cowboys.
8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Rudolph unloads a big ball and drops it in there. James Washington down at the Oklahoma 15.
I mean, look at how much cushion Oklahoma is giving him, all the respect in the world, and they still throw it deep. There's not a better deep ball thrower in college football than Mason Rudolph, and there's the evidence right there.
Cowboys quickly to the line of scrimmage. They swing it out wide. Washington again, and he's close to another first down.
Goodness, these offenses just back and forth. It's like haymakers. The heavyweight battle going on between these quarterbacks is outstanding.
1st and goal at the 6.
The chains were not set properly. 2nd down.
Remember, you can't go as fast as you want to after a first down because they've got to get that down marker set. Wasn't quite set, so they stopped play, and those 2 completions. Boy, Washington down the field. He is just so dangerous, and in large part because of the way Rudolph gives him a chance, puts air on the ball, and is so accurate down the field.
1st down and goal to the 6-yard line for Oklahoma State. They hand it off to Hill. Touchdown, Cowboys. Oklahoma State scoring in 46 seconds.
That's as easy as it comes. And right here, Hill does a great job of just being patient enough to find the hole that opens up. Nice job by the fullback, number 41. That's Britton Abbott. Gets a block at the line of scrimmage. Easy touchdown and score for Oklahoma State. Great series for them.
Amendola. Extra point good. Unbutton your shirt, folks. Settle in. This has the makings of a high-scoring affair today in Stillwater. Starting to see the fireworks now.
Yes, we are. Now we're starting to see that matchup that we expected. 4 pass plays already of over 49 yards in this game, and there's going to be plenty more. So let's buckle up and get your popcorn ready, because this one might be a long one here in Stillwater.
.38 points and 399 yards in 16 minutes between these two teams. Amendola will send it away. Sutton standing at his own goal line. And he'll get a chance from the 1. Oh, Sutton spins forward and goes down. Let's go to Sam Farber again for a game break.
Gus, you called that great Ohio State comeback last week. Number 6 Buckeyes need another one. They're at Iowa, 8th and Stanley. To Noah Fant, great catch falling to the ground, 3-yard score, and at the break, it's 31-17, Iowa on top. Gus and Joel?
All right, well, we saw the Hawkeyes almost beat Penn State at home this year. Last year, they beat Michigan at home.
That's a tough place to play, Kinnick Stadium, and they certainly got it going a little bit there offensively. I'm shocked, actually, that they have been able to score 31 first-half points against that defense with that defensive line. It's one of the best defensive lines in all college football for Ohio State. But we'll see what J.T. Barrett and that offense can do to answer the Iowa Hawkeyes.
First down and 10 of the 16. Mayfield to throw it, pump fake. Guns it over the middle and caught by Hollywood Brown, still running. Hollywood Brown all the way. Touchdown, Oklahoma. 84 yards.
You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Mayfield's going to be patient here, and his eyes are going to go on this side, and what you're going to finally see is that Brown waits, and then he turns on the Jets. Once he turns on the Jets, it was over. That dude can fly.
Brown, 3 catches, 129 yards, and a touchdown already. Mayfield, 10 of 17. 282 yards passing. 3 touchdowns and 1 pick. He also has a rushing touchdown. This kid from Hollywood, Florida, folks, Marquise Brown, has some star qualities, and Oklahoma leading 28-17. Earlier during the season, this is his 3rd 100-yard game of the year for the sophomore from Hollywood, Florida. And this one out of the back of the end zone. Time now for winning duos sponsored by Volkswagen. Why settle for an SUV when you can have an SUVW?
When you look at these two quarterbacks, this is the first time since 2012 that we've had 2 quarterbacks play against each other in this conference with 24,000 combined passing yards. And today, what you're seeing is Mayfield getting loose early. Now, Mason Rudolph in the last couple of series, they have been attacking down the field, in particular to James Washington. Washington 2 catches now for 61 yards on the day. I'm certain that they're going to attack that and try to exploit this OU secondary again on this series.
First down at the 25. Rudolph in the gun with Justice Hill in the backfield. Rudolph hands it to Hill. And it's squeezed through the hole. Stop by Kenneth Mann after a 2-yard gain.
You know, the run game becomes such an important part of this game plan because you're trying to create those 2nd and short situations in order to throw the ball down the field.
2nd and 8, pump fake. Rudolph going up top. Looking and incomplete. Marcel Aitman Had to backpedal, sun in his eyes, covered by Jordan Thomas.
Pretty good coverage there from Thomas. Remember, face guarding is not illegal in college football. Only contact is illegal. So as both players are making contact and kind of hand fighting, good no call by the officials. Aitman certainly had an opportunity there to high point that ball.
3rd down and 8 at the 27. Here's Rudolph with time. Rudolph throws up the sideline and caught. Chris Lacey at the Oklahoma 40. He waited for it.
Jordan Thomas, the corner, just got lost in coverage. Did a nice job initially at the snap of the football, then got lost. Rudolph found him and attacked the weakness in coverage.
A 32-yard gain, 1st down to the far side and incomplete. As Tom Johnson may have taken his eyes off the ball, but a flag is on the play.
I think there's 12 guys on the field for Oklahoma right now. They were trying to substitute, and Oklahoma State had not substituted. That's a very precarious situation. They're still out there. They're trying to run guys off and on.
Substitution infraction on the defense. 12 men. Offense did not substitute. 5-yard penalty, replay 1st down.
Unless the offense substitutes, I just don't think you can run extra guys in and out of the game. And Lincoln Riley and the coaching staff will have to change up what they're trying to do there with the personnel.
1st down and 5. Hill breaks free. Hill high stepping all the way to the Oklahoma 15. Stephen Parker there to trip him up. If not, another touchdown for the Cowboys. 1st down. Rudolph looking and incomplete. Hill out of the backfield, the intended receiver.
Yeah, they cannot allow Mason Rudolph to just stand back in the pocket. Their defensive backs for Oklahoma are just not good enough in coverage to cover these wide receivers. That's why I'm pretty shocked that they've got Obo Okoronkwo, number 31, in pass coverage and not up at the line of scrimmage rushing Mason Rudolph. He's the one that can quicken the timing of the quarterback, and he's got to start getting loose in that pass rush.
Remember, he leads the conference in sacks with 7. 2nd and 10. Underneath, caught inside the 5. Chris Lacey again. And now Rudolph starting to really spread it around.
Yeah, and you see the decisiveness of some of these throws. He's doing a great job getting himself set. The ball is not sailing high on him like it was early in this game, and he's been absolutely sensational the last couple of series, picking this defense apart.
1st down and goal at the OU 3 for Oklahoma State. Out of the diamond formation, Justice Hill, the deep man. Rudolph quickly and broken up. Another good defensive play by Jordan Thomas, intended for Marcel Aitman.
They're still out there in one-on-one coverage. I wouldn't be shocked if Oklahoma State went right back at it, because they've got the mismatch on both sides. James Washington's going to be at the top of your screen. He's working on Parnell Motley. And Aitman's at the bottom of your screen. He's working against Jordan Thomas. You can go either one of those spots in one-on-one matchups, and you've got the advantage if you're Oklahoma State.
Last time they were this close, they ran it in with Hill. 2nd and goal at the 3. Hill following and tracked down from behind by Caleb Kelly.
But that's what the adjustment was, is because it was such an easy rushing touchdown on the last series. Oklahoma brought all those resources in to stop the run, and now it's one-on-one on the outside. Last time they had 3rd and goal inside the 5, they threw the fade to Marcel Aitman. I wouldn't be shocked if they go back at it, because, again, you've got one-on-ones on the outside, and Oklahoma State has the matchup advantage.
Aitman, the receiver, number 3 at the bottom of your screen. And they'll run it and won't get it again with Justice Hill. Caleb Kelly. So that brings up 4th down and goal, and it looks like Oklahoma State will go for it.
I think Mason Rudolph just talked his head coach into going for it. He was looking at the sideline, shouting at him. He said, "Let's go." And you could see his arm moving like he wants to be out there. He wants to have this ball in his hands. Same
Fourth down,
defense.
fourth down goal at the 3. Rudolph, play fake, Rudolph, end zone, touchdown, Marcel Aitman. And you called it, partner. Aitman in the corner, touchdown, Oklahoma State.
Aitman is just too big and too physical. 6'4", 220. He's working against Jordan Thomas, who's given up 4 inches on him, and they're just going to body him up. Watch this. He's almost boxing him out like a postman in basketball. He's just going to stick that left hip out, create a little separation, and then he dips out of it. That's a quality throw from Mason Rudolph.
Second receiving touchdown of the game for Marcel Aitman. Amendola. 11:09 to play in the second quarter. 28-24. Oklahoma State responded. Partner, is this the fourth quarter?
Settle in. Here we go. I mean, this is. We've seen some unbelievable games in the Big 12 over the last few years. Remember last year in Texas Tech, Oklahoma played 66-59 with 1,700 yards of offense. We've seen the, 72-68 game West Virginia and Baylor a few years ago with Geno Smith. This one, it has all the fixings.
And Oklahoma will take a knee in the end zone. Baker Mayfield so far putting up huge numbers.
He loves this environment. I think if he could play on the road every week, he would. First, he found Dimitri Flowers wide open. Then he finds another wide open wide receiver. This one is Mark Andrews down the middle of the field. And this right here, that's just a straight stiff arm. Great effort from Mayfield getting into the end zone. Then the dump off to Hollywood Brown. I don't know if that's his real nickname, but it is now. So Hollywood Brown takes it into the end zone. And again, Mayfield is feeling that this guy
just plays, Joel, with so much joy. You can't take your eyes off of him when he's on the football field. He's rugged. And one thing you mentioned the other day is his arm is special.
Yeah, he's got great arm talent, but no one talks about it because of his confidence and this offense. He's got great arm talent.
First down and 10 of the 25. Mayfield to throw it. Delivers. Ooh, look at that pass, and he finds Brown again, who gets out of bounds at the 40.
That's what I love about this matchup. Folks, you are seeing two of the best quarterbacks in college football standing toe-to-toe. Maybe not on the field at the same time, but this is what you can do, I can do better. I mean, back and forth we go with these two great players, Mason Rudolph and Baker Mayfield. Let's enjoy it.
First down at the 39 for the Magic Men. He'll hand it off. Actually throws it wide, and it's Sermon. Sermon still moving, and he gets close to a first down.
There's been a lot of eye candy for Oklahoma, a lot of extra movement that we haven't seen previously in the season. Lincoln Riley adding some of those wrinkles into the game plan. As we've seen the last 4 times that Oklahoma has touched the ball, they've been able to go at least 71 yards for a touchdown.
People in the OU athletic department feel that Lincoln Riley, although he's 34, youngest coach in Division I, he has a special talent. That's why they gave him the job. 2nd and 1 at the 48. They hand it off to Sermon. And Sermon tried to get outside, but Darius Williams says, not on my watch.
Now, here's an interesting part of what we're going to have go on in this game is the ability of one of these offenses to maybe grind out a series and give their defense a little time to rest so that potentially one of these defenses can get a stop. That's what Oklahoma seems like they're doing right now, slowing down the tempo and featuring the run. A couple of guys back there in the backfield.
1st and 10 at the 47. Anderson and Sermon in the backfield. And they give it to Anderson. Anderson with running room. Anderson bounces it outside, stays on his feet, and goes out of bounds inside the Oklahoma State 30. That's a 20-yard gain. Trey Flowers knocks him out of play.
When you watch this kid run, you got to understand that he's got good patience, and then he sets up his blocks well. He runs to color. Okay, so he allows those wide receivers to just get in the way and runs opposite of that, setting up the defender to be wrong on the other side of that block.
Anderson came into this game with 419 yards rushing on 65 carries, averaging 6.3 yards per carry. Picked up 20 there. 1st and 10 at the 27. Sermon now in the backfield with Mayfield. Here's Baker looking. Scrambling, throws on the move, and incomplete as he skips that one to Mark Andrews.
Yeah, he wanted Andrews the whole time, but Andrews got knocked down early on in the route. So Mayfield, knowing that he wasn't out of the pocket, he did a smart job of just getting himself a little bit of space in order to burn the football. He's just thrown that away and throws it at the feet of his tight end.
You talk about a grinded out drive. You can't forget last year about that 8-minute, 28-second drive Oklahoma had against Oklahoma State to win Bedlam. A drive that ended with Samaje Perine taking a knee at the 2 rather than scoring a touchdown. 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And he finds his receiver. It's Brown. Look at Hollywood. Lights, camera, action, folks. And he's not from Hollywood, California. He's from Hollywood, Florida.
Oh, he will forever be known as Hollywood. Now he's like taking on the nickname. Look at him. He's like just the dip back right there. He lets the defender fall in front of him. Takes off for a 1st down. Boy, the suddenness with the way he moves, stops and starts, that's what makes him so difficult to defend.
5 catches, 156 yards, and a touchdown. 1st down and 10 to the 14. Sermon, Anderson in the split backfield with Mayfield. And they give it to Anderson. Touchdown OU. 14 yards. Track meet. 34-24.
OSU did a great job. They get into the backfield here, right here. This is Cole Walter's sheet, and he's going to get inside of his man and actually contact Anderson in the backfield. Right there, you think to yourself, oh, the play's dead. Anderson breaks the tackle, gets downfield, sets up his blocks well, and finds the end zone.
8:12 to play, 2nd quarter. Seibert in for the extra point. These kickers getting a lot of action in the 1st half, as the extra point is good. 628 yards in total offense. 8 touchdowns scored already. And we still have 8 minutes to play in the 1st half. Bedlam series, and the way these kids are playing today, we might see the 2nd. 35-24. Tyron Johnson awaiting the ball as Austin Seibert kicks it into the end zone and out of the end zone once again. So Mason Rudolph. He and Baker Mayfield are friends. They had a chance to work with each other at the Manning Academy. Mason saying that Baker's just a good dude. I like him, although we're both competitors. Different styles, though. Yeah, mutual respect between the two, certainly. But Mason Rudolph's probably more of that prototypical guy in the pocket. Big, strong-arm quarterback. He stands 6'5", 230 pounds. Throws the ball down the field as well as anybody. And let's see how he answers his friend on this series. And he'll throw it on 1st down, pump fake. Rudolph delivering deep and incomplete. We asked Coach Gundy yesterday if Mason Rudolph was a pro. He says yes, he's a pro. We asked him if he was a 1st-round pick. He said he didn't know, but he definitely is a 10-year pro that's going to know your playbook, not get into any trouble. Then we asked him about James Washington as a pro, and Coach Gundy said something that I've never heard a coach say. He said James Washington, if he stays healthy, he's a Hall of Fame NFL player. Whew. Wow. How about that praise? 2nd and 10 at the 25. Rudolph dumps it over. Wide open receiver. And it's Keenan Brown. And Keenan picks up the 1st down. A nice little concept here. Brown's just going to find his way from that little H-back spot. Rudolph dumps it off. That's an excellent design. Rudolph to throw it again. Guns it. First down, Oklahoma State, James Washington.
Boy, this defense, really both defenses, they've got to find some way to disrupt the timing of one of these passers. They just have not been able to get home at all.
First down at the 49. Hill breaks through. Hill spins forward. Another first down as he stopped at the Oklahoma 34. A 14-yard gain. Houghton with the tackle.
Yeah, Khalil Houghton is down. He was the one that made contact with Hill, and it was a big collision. Hill and Houghton in the backfield, and Houghton never quite got right after the contact was made. Boy, that was a big collision in the middle of the field.
Houghton from Waco, Texas, Midway High School, junior.
He's been battling some injuries, had just finally gotten healthy and got back onto the field. Wow, I mean, there you see that right leg was bent back under Houghton. And that's exactly what he's reaching for there, is that right foot, right ankle area. You know, one of the most difficult parts about playing in the secondary is tackling in space. You never know when you're about to get the physical brunt. You know, a guy's going to try to truck you, or he's going to try to juke you, and that's just a precarious spot to be.
I think secondary players are maybe the best athletes in the world.
The corner, certainly. You know, I think safety's a little bit different skill, but yeah, corner, certainly the ability to react, burst, jump, adjust, all those different things takes incredible skill and athleticism. I don't disagree with you guys. A lot of times they're just not tall enough to be on the basketball field.
That's right.
They've got to go play football.
First down and 10 of the 35 for the Cowboys. This kid has been terrific so far. Mason Rudolph. His team trailing 35-24. Rudolph to throw it. Steps into his throw. Touchdown! James Washington. 35 yards. What a pretty ball.
Two things working in Oklahoma State's favor. No pressure on the quarterback and one-on-one coverage against James Washington. That's lights out. Before the snap ever happens, James Washington is going to beat one-on-one coverage. There's no two ways about it. Rudolph knows that when he gets that look, that's the first place he's going.
Extra point. Good. 7:16 to go. The future Hall of Famer. Big time play. Big time game here in Stillwater. 35-31 first half. And so far we are seeing an incredible battle between these two quarterbacks.
Boy, and they're going to have to be brilliant the rest of the day. You know, it's none of this, hey, who's going to help me out? No, no, no. This game is on Rudolph and Mayfield. And here we go. Buckle it up.
Each quarterback has thrown 3 touchdown passes. Amendola kicking it off. Sutton brings it out of the end zone. Sutton. Ooh. And he gets drilled. Some hard hitting going on both sides of the field. Let's go downstairs to Jenny Tabb. Kirk Tucker with the tackle.
Well, just a little bit more, guys, on the relationship between these two quarterbacks. You mentioned that they know each other from the Manning camps, but it turns out they actually met and got closer through former Sooner quarterback Trevor Knight, and that's because a group of them actually went on spring break together. So I asked Mayfield about the relationship. He said, "We do not talk during the season. That is how we like it." And as for Rudolph, he said, "You just never get sick of playing against the best. This kind of game, it always gets them going."
All right, Jenny, thank you. 35-31. Here comes Mayfield. First down at the 24. Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle. Wide open. And this time, it's Michael Jones who's been making some big plays in this first half. That's a 31-yard gain.
These defensive coordinators for both teams are just content getting picked apart because they're not providing any pressure. Offensive line does a great job. Mayfield has all day to throw. And when that happens, you're going to get beat because that guy's going to find an open receiver, and he's got too much arm talent to miss a guy that's open down the field.
First down at the 46. Anderson. This time the Oklahoma State defense comes up. Makes a nice stop as Justin Phillips plugged it up.
Nice play by Justin Phillips. He's lined up inside as a middle linebacker. Got out there, good pursuit. Attacked the proper angle, attacking that inside shoulder of the running back, and finally brings him down.
2-yard gain, 2nd and 8. OU at the Oklahoma State 44. Mayfield fires, caught near side, and it's Brown again. And I tell you, when I watch Marquise Brown, you know who I see? I see his route running ability similar to the great Michigan wide receiver Anthony Carter.
Well, what I love is that he creates so much separation, Gus, because he's so dangerous, right? I mean, he's so fast that there's so much respect given that when he puts the brakes on and comes out of his route and comes out of the break, there's way too much separation.
First down at the 29 after the 14-yard gain. Anderson bottled up, and he will be lucky to gain a yard on the play.
Good job there by the defensive line.
Taj Bakari.
The guy that made the play was Darian Daniels, number 79, because they were trying to pull a couple of linemen around and lead up the hole. But Daniels, he blew the play up. He knocked Ben Powers, the left guard, back into the backfield, and those pulling offensive linemen couldn't get around.
2nd and 10 at the 29. On a beautiful day in Stillwater. One of the great rivalries in all of college football. Mayfield underneath, and another completion to Brown.
Well, the way that this game is going and the way that these defenses are playing, I would assume even at this point that this is 4-down territory. So here, I wouldn't be shocked if they actually ran the football. They're going to bring some of those big bodies back onto the field. Anderson's back in the field, on the field. Dimitri Flowers back on the field. Wouldn't be shocked here if they hand this one off, knowing that they've probably got 2 downs to get 3.
3rd down and 3 at the 22. Rodney Anderson, the single setback with Baker Mayfield. Here's Mayfield. Finds a receiver. C.D. Lamb. And he's downed inside the 5. A gain of 18. Trey Flowers with the saving tackle.
Well, Lamb has been quiet so far today, but he's probably the most talented wide receiver that Oklahoma has. Just a true freshman. Immense skill, and ran a great route there. Got himself separated, and a nice conversion for Oklahoma on 3rd down.
C.D. Lamb, the Big 12 newcomer of the week after catching 9 balls for 147 yards, both of which were Oklahoma freshman records, and 2 touchdowns against Texas Tech. First down and goal at the 5. And Mayfield motions to the near side. Wildcat formation. And it's Sermon.
They had to call a timeout. Riley was way down the sideline trying to call timeout.
Prior to the snap, Oklahoma takes its first time out of the half. 30 seconds.
3:28 to play in the first half. Back to Stillwater right after this. 35-31, OU on top of Oklahoma State. The 5th ranked team in the nation taking on the 11th ranked team in the nation. 3:28 to play in the 2nd quarter. OU faced with a first down and goal at the Oklahoma State 5. Look at the numbers. Baker, first half record, 387 yards passing, 3 touchdowns as well. Anderson will make that Sermon.
Mayfield, at this point in the field, that run game is very strong, trying to go with it.
Second down and goal to the 2. Looks like another Wildcat formation for Oklahoma. Mayfield splits to the top of your screen. Sermon runs it, and he won't get in.
What a stop by Whitener. Number 45, Chad Whitener, the middle linebacker. He was unblocked right at the goal line, and he's the one that made the play. Quentin Osborne was also in there on the play. Number 91, holding Sermon out of the end zone.
Third down goal at the 1. Mayfield back under center. Play fake. Mayfield scrambling, in trouble, and he won't get in. Well defended. The Quentin Osborne didn't bite. Makes the play. And now the Sooners have a decision to make.
It looked like there was some miscommunication in the backfield. Mayfield was trying to change the play and didn't get it communicated to Sermon. Sermon went the wrong way. Watch as Mayfield, he's going to reverse out, but Sermon goes over to the left side. Mayfield's expecting to hand this ball off over there, doesn't get it, tries to replace him in the hole, and now Oklahoma will run their field goal unit onto the field.
Austin Seibert, 7 of 9 on the season, as long as 36 yards. This one from 20 yards away. And it's good. 1:18 to play. Second quarter, 38-31.
Huge stand by Oklahoma's defense. That's a great job by that defense, because what it does is it presents a scenario now where Oklahoma State can tie the game up. They had been chasing. They were behind by more than obviously they could make up by one possession. We're in a 2-possession ball game. Now it creates a 1-possession ball game, and with 1:18 left, they've got plenty of time to go down the field and try to tie this one up before half.
Oklahoma State will get the ball to start the second half. Another well-kicked ball by Seibert, out of bounds. And a crazy second quarter here, 6 touchdowns.
I mean, back and forth we've gone. It's been Mayfield, and then Oklahoma State right down the field. Hill got in there. Hollywood Brown down the sideline. He turned on the Jets. The one-on-one matchup started getting one on the outside. Marcel Aitman, Anderson with a physical run. Washington down the field. I mean, folks, it has been back and forth. It has been some brilliant play by these quarterbacks and these offenses. It just comes down to which defense is going to be able to bow their neck and actually get a stop. You see the total yards, 461 for OU, 316 for Oklahoma State.
So Oklahoma State takes over at their own 25. Cowboys with 2 timeouts. And they hand it to Hill, who gets outside. One-on-one, makes the man miss. Still moving at midfield. Justice Hill. A gain of 27. Trey Norwood finally brings him down.
Great wiggle on the outside and missed tackles by OU.
First down at the 48. Rudolph looking underneath Washington. And Washington gets to the Oklahoma 34. Will Johnson with the open field tackle.
I mean, at this pace, you've got to be worried about scoring too quickly.
First down and 10 at the 34. And a timeout called by the Sooners. Under a minute to go. Back right after this. That's the proper score, folks. 38-31 with 53 seconds remaining in the first half.
Well, at this point, if I was Oklahoma State, I might think about taking my foot off the gas just a little bit, because the way that these offenses have been playing, if you leave any amount of time on this clock, you're going to give Baker Mayfield a chance to go back and take the lead going back into halftime. They'd love to score with under 15 seconds here, making sure that Mayfield doesn't have too much
First down at the 34 for Mason Rudolph and the Cowboy offense. Here's Rudolph. Over the middle. Broken up. Intended for Chris Lacey. Great hands there by Trey Norwood.
Norwood now is being called on because of these corners. They've had so much struggled with Motley and Thomas, so they're going to allow a true freshman to go out there and say, hey, maybe you can do this, because we're getting torched right now. So Trey Norwood, 5'11", 188 pounds, from Fort Smith, Arkansas, a 3-star recruit, in to face the deepest and best wide receiver core in the country.
Marcel Aitman, remember, he's 6'4". He's the receiver at the bottom of your screen, number 3. Rudolph. And caught by Aitman on a deflection. And Aitman goes down at the 30. Clock continues to run.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma State actually took their timeout. How fortunate here for Oklahoma State that that didn't, one, bounce to an Oklahoma player and then right into Aitman's hands, but he didn't get out of bounds. So they have to take a timeout here, and this third down becomes an interesting chess match between the two play callers. First for Oklahoma State, the third down, this is 4-down territory. So field goal from this point would be 47, probably 48 yards. That might be a touch out of range for Amendola. Well,
Amendola's career long 53 yards at South Alabama. Last year, he's 12 of 18 coming into this game. He's on the season. He's missed some short ones.
Exactly. The confidence. That's what I'd be worried about if I was Mike Gundy. He's missed some kicks lately. He's well under the 80% kind of average range of kickers around the country. He's about 68% right now. So I think they got to get some yardage to give him a try, but they'd certainly like to move the chains and try to get this ball into the end zone.
They're down at 6 at the 30. Maybe they go to Aitman. He scored 2 receiving touchdowns already. Stoner in motion. And Hill sprinting. Hits the sideline. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. His second rushing touchdown of the first half. Wow. What a game.
Oklahoma gets caught. Watch here as the motion is going to clear out, and then all of a sudden you're going to get a huge hole on this left side. Great design. The motion clears it out. Nobody there, and then Marcel Aitman, number 3. There's the block that's going to allow Hill to get into the end zone, and Trey Norwood, that true freshman corner, just unable to get off the block. And that is as easy a touchdown as you're going to get when you're handing the football off from the 30-yard line. My goodness.
So Amendola comes in for the equalizer, and we are level at 38. Coming up, Mayfield, and the Sooner offense, they've got time, a whopping 33 seconds. Oklahoma State here at Bedlam. Justice Hill putting up huge numbers in the first half. 132 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns on 16 carries. 4 touchdowns in the last 2 games.
And really poor effort there from the Oklahoma defensive line, not getting off blocks. Lincoln Riley's going to have to make some serious adjustments on that defensive side. But right now, with 33 seconds the way this game's going, there's still a lot of time on the clock.
Well, Oklahoma State just scored in 45 seconds. And the Sooners taking the in the end zone. So with 33 seconds remaining, Mayfield comes back. He has 1 timeout to work with.
He's already thrown for 387 yards and 3 touchdowns. His main target has been Marquise Brown, or as we like to call him, Hollywood. 7 catches, 178 yards. And the things that have been most effective for Oklahoma is allowing Brown to work underneath and then letting his speed take over. They've also been very effective using middle wide receivers out of the slot like Mark Andrews and using play action to get them by the safeties in a mismatch with the linebackers. I don't think play action is going to work now, so look for this to be a game where Marquise Brown with 33 seconds left is going to get the targets.
From the 25, first down. And they'll hand it off to Anderson. Rodney Anderson crosses the 30 up to the 32 as Weber makes the tackle.
This is way too conservative. I know 33 seconds is not a lot, but with a timeout and that offense and the way this game is going, and number 6 in the backfield, I'm shocked that OU didn't at least try to get the ball down the field to at least try to get into field goal range.
Oklahoma State will have it to start the second half. In last year's game, the halftime score was 17-17. Now we've got a 38-38 halftime score. Welcome back to Stillwater, Oklahoma. 38-38 our halftime score. Gus Johnson, along with my partner Joe.
I'm chuckling because you said halftime score. Oh my God!
I was thinking, is this the fourth quarter?
I know. I'm with you, man.
But we've got a classic Big 12 shootout.
This is, and what two better quarterbacks to conduct this shootout than what we've got here? And they've been back and forth in this first half, you know, and they've flashed brilliance at times. Now, there certainly has not been a lot of quality defense played, but there's been a lot of brilliance from the quarterback position. Mayfield was able to use his feet for that touchdown with the stiff arm on Phillips, and then he comes back to Brown. That's a good ball, allows his wide receiver to run after the catch. Mayfield was then equaled by Mason Rudolph. Rudolph comes back. He gives Aikman that ball in the corner, and then just a beautiful deep ball down the middle of the field to James Washington. And this one, folks, has all the makings for a classic.
You take a look at the numbers. Look at those numbers, Joe.
I mean, there are so many quarterbacks that would just, you put those on me, like, I'll take them for a whole game. I'll take them. And these guys did it in one half.
So Oklahoma State to get the football to start the second half. Tyron Johnson at the 20 changes hands and goes down at the 23-yard line. Tackled by Stephen Parker. Let's go downstairs to JT.
I did have a chance to catch up with Coach Gundy, and I asked him, how do you disrupt the timing of Baker Mayfield? I mean, he really said, look, he's a good player. We can't deny that. We expected this from both quarterbacks tonight. For us, it's all about playing balanced on attack defensively, some adjustments to make, but expect to see a little bit from their run game as well. He said, if we keep the balance, that's how we will be successful in the second half.
All right, thank you very much, Jenny. 1st and 10. For Oklahoma State at the 24. Justice Hill, the running back for the Cowboys, 132 yards rushing in the first half. They give it to him, and he finds space again, gets outside, spins, and goes down at the 35. Loose ball. But they say he is down at the 35.
Yeah, this guy's got great wiggle. You know, we mentioned it at the end of that first half, but in space, he is making all these Oklahoma defenders miss and look silly. It's his ability there with some explosiveness that's getting it done.
He gained 11 yards. He'll run it again. This time, not as much as he dives forward. He was brought down by Obo.
Well, he had a sensational first half, speaking of Justice Hill. It was over 130 yards in that first half, and they started off with a couple right back to him.
Rudolph to the near side, and caught by Washington. He tries to spin-a-rama, and he'll gain about 9 yards on the play in front of Jordan Thomas.
Now, I know that this looks like maybe the slow death scenario, but I would force Oklahoma State to snap the ball more. Make sure you're playing off these wide receivers, not in one-on-one coverage.
3rd down and 1. Hill looking for the first down, and he's tackled for a loss. Great job by that Oklahoma defense. DJ Ward leading the way. Obo in on the play as well.
Wow, what a great stop. You just didn't get the sense during that entire series that they were going to be able to stop the run, and then boom, Obo Okoronkwo, maybe the best defender in the entire Big 12, comes up with a huge stop, forcing the punt.
So C.D. Lamb is back deep as Zach Seiner stands at his own 28-yard line, his 3rd punt of the game. And he drives this one toward the corner. They're caught at the 5. So Baker Mayfield on the field for the first time here in the second half.
Yeah, and he's been so good just in this game, this matchup. In 2016, a couple of touchdowns, no interceptions, ran for one. 293 a year ago in terrible conditions. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Did have the 1 interception. Remember, that was the first series of the game today. But 393 in the first half. I mean, my goodness.
Talk about your Heisman candidates along with J.T. Barrett, Bryce Love at Stanford, Barrett at Ohio State, Mason Rudolph, Mayfield. Would you say he's on the top of the leaderboard?
Yes, certainly, in particular with what's going on today. You know, Barrett struggling at Iowa. Barkley has not been great against Michigan State. So Mayfield and Rudolph, for that matter, have a chance to really stand out when it comes to the Heisman Trophy here as we enter the month of November.
First down and 10 to 7. Rodney Anderson in the backfield. And they'll give it to him. Gain a yard on the play in front of Justin Phillips, who makes the tackle.
This is the third time that we've seen Oklahoma backed up inside their own 10-yard line. They've been able to get out of here. Remember, early in the game, they looked like they fumbled and it was a scoop and score, but it was reversed by the officials.
Mayfield throwing it out wide, and what a dangerous play. Because A.J. Green, who already has an interception in this game, was right there.
And he read that beautifully. Mayfield was trying to just sneak that screen pass out, but Dimitri Flowers did not get out and block A.J. Green. A.J. Green, if ball would not have hit Dimitri Flowers in the back, that was going to be an interception, and he would have stepped right into the end zone.
Third down and 9 at the 8. Flowers goes in motion. Mayfield under pressure, throws, caught, and a first down. Marquise Brown again, a gain of 11 on 3rd and 9.
I tell you what, when you've got time in the pocket, normally you've got a running back that steps up in the face of pressure and gets a great block. That's exactly what happened. Rodney Anderson stoned the middle linebacker Whitener as he came on a blitz. Did a great job allowing Mayfield some extra time to get the ball down the field.
8 catches, 188 yards, and a touchdown for Hollywood Brown. Anderson. And Anderson finally driven to the ground by Calvin Bundage, but another big gain. This time 9.
And he just waits for those blocks in front of him, doesn't he? I mean, he's not going anywhere. You talk about no rush whatsoever. He's just going to sit there behind those linemen and some of those fullbacks that are pulling around in front of him. He waits for that contact to be made and then executes his cut off of that contact.
2nd down and 1 at the 27. Anderson, first down and more. Gets to the 40, still running as he high steps to midfield. A 22-yard pickup, Whitener with the tackle.
What happens here is you're going to get a blitz on both sides, and what that's going to do is open up the middle. Now, as the middle linebacker overruns this, he gets blocked right there. Good block by Flowers, and then the hole opens up for Anderson. But that's created by too much upfield movement by those outside linebackers, and it creates the seam in the defense, and Anderson exploits it.
First down and 10 at the 48. Opening series of the second half for Oklahoma. Mayfield pulls it out, dancing, fires it, and incomplete. Andrews, closest man to the football.
Mayfield just couldn't quite get set, and there was some good pressure right up the middle of the pocket put on by number 79, Darian Daniels, the junior from Dallas, Texas. He's 6'3", 300 pounds, and he's the defensive lineman that forced Mayfield to throw that ball a little higher than he wanted to.
2nd and 10. Empty backfield for Baker Mayfield. Anderson lines up in the slot. Here's Mayfield. Delivers. Andrews with the catch and another first down for OU. As he gets to the Oklahoma State 40, Whitener had to tackle him from behind.
You know, there's a lot of Jason Witten in Mark Andrews, isn't there? It's not like he's the fastest guy, but he's an impeccable route runner. He's good with his hands. He's at times struggled a little bit with consistency with his hands, but that play, he just snatches the ball out of the air, and it's another conversion. They go to him so often when they need a conversion, a third down, longer yardage situation. He's been very good for Baker Mayfield.
Andrews, the Mackey Award tight end of the week honoree, as Anderson runs it again. Rodney Anderson. And that's an 18-yard pickup.
And a great block by the left tackle. Watch Orlando Brown as he's just going to mash down the defensive line. You're going to see a lot of misdirection, but it's Brown that gets the big block right there. Maybe even got away with a hold on Cole Waltersheed. But Anderson sees the hole, and Orlando Brown, he's one of the best in all of America. He started at left tackle since 2015. Second-team All-American a year ago, and the Offensive Lineman of the Year in the Big 12 Conference.
Anderson, 12 carries, 101 yards, and a touchdown. First down at the 23 for Oklahoma. This drive started at their own 7.
Oklahoma takes its first time out of the half.
So the Sooners call a timeout. It's just under 10 to play.
Goes the cheetah! Pistols firing! Touchdown Oklahoma State! It's a Christmas miracle for Oklahoma State!
And that was the last time the Cowboys beat the Sooners in the Bedlam Series, 2014. Mason Rudolph's first career start was against Oklahoma, and he won that game. But right now, Baker Mayfield and the Sooner offense playing well to start the second half. First down and 10 at the 22. Here comes a blitz. And it works for Oklahoma State as Calvin Bundage timed it perfectly.
Well, Bundage has been early a couple of times, but here, instead of going on the outside, they're actually going to bring him on the inside and then loop the end around to the right. It confuses Orlando Brown, who doesn't get that block made, and Anderson gets tackled in the backfield. Nice adjustment there by the OSU defense.
Second and 10 of the 22. Marquise Brown in motion. Mayfield looking, sidesteps, in trouble, and sack. That time they finally got to him. Trelon Weber, first sack of the day for the Cowboys.
You know, he had some guys open, and this is the one critique of Baker Mayfield, is that at times he looks for the home run too much. He was trying to go way down the field, but there were guys right in the middle of the field. He's got a guy wide open, can't get the ball to him, and then the rush finally gets there. Nice job by the rush. Trelon Weber coming all the way around to get him down to the ground.
That makes it 3rd and 19 at the 31. Mayfield looking. Mayfield sacked again. Calvin Bundage.
Monster sacks by OSU because they knock Oklahoma totally out of field goal range. Now the Sooners are going to be forced to punt after being in field goal range out of the back-to-back sacks. Orlando Brown got way confused. He actually ran into Mayfield when Mayfield looked like he was trying to throw the ball. And Bundage on the really delayed blitz. He was in coverage, saw an opportunity, and came in for the sack.
So after each team scored 38 points in the first half, neither team able to score when they got the ball to start the second half.
Play a game. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Not the worst thing in the world there at that field position to buy yourself about 5 extra yards. Trying to pin the Cowboy offense inside the 5-yard line. That's the goal for Lincoln Riley's punt team right now.
Lincoln Riley, Lubbock native, former walk-on quarterback at Texas Tech, who played behind Cliff Kingsbury. So Seibert will punt it away from the 40. Stoner, the deep man. And this one down at the 1-inch line. Wow, great special teams as Austin Seibert put some English on that football. So coming up, Mason Rudolph and the Cowboys. Each team unable to score to start the second half. So now, second series in the second half for Mason Rudolph and the Cowboys, and they'll start from their own 3.
Yeah, Justice Hill has been very effective, 146 yards on the ground. I would expect to see a bit of him here as they're trying to get some room outside of their own end zone.
First down from the 3. Rudolph to throw out of his own end zone. The deep ball for Washington, and incomplete. Jordan Thomas right in his back pocket.
That was pretty excellent coverage by Jordan Thomas. Look, as he's running with Washington, then he gets away with a little contact before he flipped around and tried to go after that ball, but the contact was kind of in both areas, and then because he went back for the ball as Washington did the same, you could make the argument that both have a right to the football, which is why the flag maybe wasn't thrown.
So 2nd and 10 at the 3. Hill with a lane, and Hill almost got through, but Kenneth Murray jumped on him. And it seems like, Joel, this Oklahoma running game is much better when they run into the direction of maybe the best player on OU's defense.
Yeah, so when Oklahoma State is running the ball effectively, they're running it at number 31. Obo Okoronkwo, who's at the top of the formation. That's because the cutback is where they're getting all their yards. And when they cut back after they've run at Okoronkwo, he's not there.
3rd and 6 at the 7. Rudolph with time. Rudolph hit, picked up, almost got it at the Cowboy 10. A huge turnover.
Kenneth Mann, number 55, here he comes. From the defensive tackle position, he's going to go all the way past Rudolph as Rudolph tries to come up in the pocket. He spins back, and then the ball gets knocked loose. Obo Okoronkwo, he's spinning back to try to pursue the quarterback, and it falls right into his lap. What a fortuitous bounce for Oklahoma, and great effort by Kenneth Mann to spin back, get himself in position to make that hit and bring Rudolph to the ground while knocking the ball loose and creating a short field for the offense.
Man, a redshirt sophomore from Burleson, Texas. The Sooners with the football, 1st and goal at the Cowboy 10. Anderson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard. Justin Phillips defensively.
Yeah, Phillips and Whitener are playing one heck of a game, in particular in the last few series, because they've been stopping this run. Remember, they held them out of the end zone on the last series before halftime that OU had the ball, forced the field goal. That's what created this tie game, and now they're doing it again here in the second half.
2nd and goal at the 10. Mayfield in trouble. Mayfield running. And Oklahoma State tackles him for a loss again. I tell you what, since Bundage got his timing together, he's made a huge difference with his defense.
They were trying to run these pressures in the first half, but you're right, he didn't time them right. He was jumping offside, but now Bundage, he's timing it right. He beats Orlando Brown to the inside. Mayfield's got nowhere to go with that ball. There was only 2 men out on the route, a max protection. And when you have max protection and then pressure is created, there's a no chance scenario for the quarterback.
3rd down goal at the 12 after the 2-yard loss. Play clock winding down. Mayfield looking, sacked again. That's a 4th sack of the game. So how about this? Mike Gundy and his defense, they've made some major adjustments to start the second half.
And OU got a little too cute there. They were trying to run kind of a pump fake to the screen and then get somebody loose down the field. But because of that, watch as the linemen are actually going to cut the defensive lineman loose. Right here, then they go downfield. Well, Mayfield doesn't have time to come back to that screen on the other side, and Brailford gets in his face and gets him down to the ground. Good defense by Oklahoma State, but that's a poor play call from the Oklahoma point of view.
Seibert comes in to attempt a 36-yarder. And good. 41-38 OU, and they're looking at Mayfield on the sideline. Oklahoma for the Bedlam series between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. A series that dates back to 1904, and we've seen a good game so far, 41-38. Each team with a turnover. And each team with a field goal off a turnover. Tyron Johnson, the deep man, he will not get an opportunity. 4:47 to play, third quarter. We'll step away momentarily. Cowboys with the rock after this. Oklahoma State with the football. Down 41-38 at their own 25. Second series of the second half. And they hand it to Hill. And he bursts through the hole and gets to the 40-yard line.
And exactly what I'm talking about, Gus. When they run at Okoronkwo, then the cutback lane is there for them. Number 31 was on the left side of the offense. They ran it that way. He'll cut back to the right, and it's wide open for a lot of yards.
That's a 13-yard gain for Hill. He's putting up career-high numbers. First and 10 at the 38. Rudolph pumping, looking, in trouble. Dumps it off. Washington tries to spin out of trouble, but no go. Caleb Kelly says, come here.
What a great tackle by Caleb Kelly in the open field. Now, Washington is not great after the catch. You know, he has made his living, if you will, catching the deep ball, but can't get away from Kelly there.
Second down and 9. Rudolph fires deep. That one thrown. And Washington had two hands on it. Stephen Parker breaks it up in the end.
And that was so close. I mean, perfect timing by Stephen Parker, because Washington's got a step, but then at the last moment, right when that ball hits his hands, Parker is there then to break it up over the shoulder, kind of grabbing those arms down and forcing the incompletion. That's the best job we've seen from OU all day, and maybe he did get there just a touch too early. Boy, I think that could have gone either way.
So that makes it third down and 9 at the 39. Rudolph hands it off to Hill. Looking for the first, and he has it. Hill breaks a tackle. Wow! What a game for Justice Hill. 34 yards.
And just trucked Robert Barnes, number 20. With a true freshman safety. Here's Barnes. He goes for the tackle, and boom. Hill runs right through it.
First down at the 27 now for Oklahoma State. J.D. King in. Rudolph drops it off. It's King, and he's tracked down. Emmanuel Beal with the tackle, but he gains close to 7 yards.
And that rhythm now being established by that Oklahoma State offense, who had sputtered here to start the second half, but they've come out, been able to run the ball effectively, and now getting that underneath passing game going as Justice Hill. You see his numbers, huge day, 197 so far on the ground.
J.D. King, though, coming off a great game last week. Second and 3 at the 20. Rudolph. All day to throw it up top. Incomplete. Looked like J.D. King may have gone out of bounds as well.
He certainly went out of bounds, but it was Okoronkwo that forced him out of bounds, which means that if he just reestablishes himself, he can be the first one to touch the ball. And Okoronkwo with great coverage down the field, knocking that ball away.
Cowboys quickly to the line of scrimmage, though. Rudolph. Here's a screen. This time it's McCluskey, and he picks up the first. Will Johnson with the tackle.
Good block on the outside, picking up that free first down.
From the 13. And an injured player, Okoronkwo. And that'll slow up this Oklahoma State offense.
Yeah, and I understand the boos, but give me a break. These fans think that the best player on defense is going to sit down and take himself out of the game unless there's something wrong with him.
Time now for a Carl's Jr. and Hardy's game break. Let's go to Sam Farber.
Gus, thanks. Number 15, Iowa State, part of a four-way tie in the Big 12 along with Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Kyle Kempt on fourth down, incomplete. West Virginia would run out the clock, and the Mountaineers win 20-16. Cyclones now 4-2 in conference. Gus, Joel, back to you.
That's a gutsy win there for West Virginia, even without their offense playing great. Only 20 points. They normally average 50 points at home, and Iowa State continues to play great defense, but get tripped up there in their hopes to try to play for the Big 12 championship.
Okoronkwo walking off the field on his own. So when you say that the Cowboys are better when they run at Okoronkwo, does that mean he doesn't play the run well?
No. It means that they're setting up the cutback. He's so good on the backside of the run that when they run away from him and don't block him, like in the zone concept, where you don't block the in-man on the line of scrimmage, Gus, he comes crashing down and he stops the cutback lane. So Justice Hill's got nowhere to go. We saw a third down stop like that. When they run at him, he can play the run great, but the cutback lane is wide open because they don't have anybody on the opposite side nearly of his ability, and they're not playing great on that backside. So it's just a schematic issue that Oklahoma is having. And now we're going to see number 42, Mark Jackson, come into the game. He's a sophomore from Cibolo, Texas. Comes in, spells number 31, Okoronkwo.
First down and 10 at the 14 for Oklahoma State. Rudolph handing it to Hill. And Hill again with the wiggle. Pushes himself forward in front of Emmanuel Beal. And gains about 8.
And Oklahoma is not adjusting. It's the same thing, whether it's Mark Jackson or Obo Okoronkwo. They run at that direction. There's no one there for the cutback, and that's Caleb Kelly, number 19. He's the outside linebacker that's got to squeeze down and force that gap to close down. He hasn't done that all day long.
2nd and 2 at the 6-yard line. Justice Hill, first down. OK State. Justice Hill with a career high in rushing. 24 carries, 208 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns.
And he's been great between the tackles. He's been great in the cutback. He's been great on the outside in the open field. I mean, everywhere they've given him the ball, he's been effective. I certainly think he'll get a couple of chances here inside the 5.
They say he's got a little brother that's pretty special as well. First and goal at the 3. Rudolph off his back foot, picked off. Wow, Will Johnson. And that's the 2nd turnover for Mason Rudolph today. A fumble and now an interception on his own on the 3-yard line.
They're going to try the fake, and then he's going to be trying to throw this little skinny post to Marcel Aitman on the outside. But what he doesn't see is Oklahoma dropped 2 guys off in coverage, and Will Johnson falls right into the lap of the play and executes perfectly. Did he hold on before he hit the ground? He did. Secures it. Interception, Oklahoma. My goodness, what a play from Will Johnson. That's certainly a mistake, not just from Rudolph, but also the play selection. You've got Hill running the ball well on the inside, but also if you're going to throw it outside to Marcel Aitman. They've done that twice today, for taking advantage of the one-on-ones for touchdowns. Then they try to go inside, and Will Johnson, the safety, made him pay, the senior from Baltimore. What a huge play, and Rudolph knows it. That was a mistake, certainly, knowing that the safety was going to fall in the lap of that skinny post.
Mason Rudolph hot. Angry with himself.
I know he is, but again, that's a play call issue as well. You know, equally poor there. The decision from Rudolph, but also the decision to throw that route when they've got the mismatch on the outside. They can maintain that one-on-one.
Now Mayfield takes over at his own 20. Up by 3. 1:14 to go, third quarter. Mayfield hands it off to Anderson. And he runs right into Trey Carter.
I've been impressed with this defensive line. You know, in the last couple of series, they've been pretty stout, and that run defense has been pretty stout. They have not allowed Anderson much room.
Second down and 9. Mayfield looking. Mayfield delivers to the sideline. Caught. Andrews. And Mark Andrews gains 37 yards. Rodarius Williams with the tackle.
I mean, this guy gets so open all the time, and I don't quite understand it because you got to understand where he's at. 2 guys go with the true freshman C.D. Lamb, leave Andrews wide open along the sideline, and he makes him pay. Just a quality route runner and a good playmaker for this Sooners offense.
He was the Mackey Award tight end of the week after catching 8 passes for 79 yards and a touchdown against Texas Tech. He's got 3 grabs for 102 today. Baker Mayfield throws, has Anderson, first down, Anderson, can he get there? Touchdown, Sooners! What a play, 43 yards. Baker Magic Mayfield.
Anytime you fake the ball to a running back, generally the defense loses him in coverage, and as Anderson kind of leaves the backfield, there's nobody there. He's wide open. Mayfield threw another one of those kind of fadeaway passes from his right. Anderson takes it into the end zone. Great play concept there from Lincoln Riley.
And Oklahoma takes a 47-38 lead. Anderson is just balled out today. What a game for this young man from Katy, Texas. Seibert with the extra point. And it's good. Oklahoma. 3 plays, 80 yards after the Oklahoma State interception. 48-38. Sooners up by 10. 12 seconds to go, third quarter. As Rodney Anderson scores the huge touchdown. And now we'll see how Oklahoma State responds.
A really good play call, you know, and understanding. As a quarterback, you got to understand the way defenses work, and generally they will lose in coverage who you fake the ball to. They go back to him on the wheel route. He's wide open, takes it in for the touchdown. That's a really smart call from Lincoln Riley.
Seibert kicks it off and kicks it deep once again. Let's go to Greg Wolf for a game break.
Gus, thanks to Penn State, number 24, Michigan State. This was seen over on Fox. Came down to this. Matt Conklin, 34-yard field goal attempt. And it is good 7 hours after kickoff because the Spartans win 27-24. Back-to-back losses for the Nittany Lions. Gus, Joel, back to you.
Just think, at the beginning of the season after last year, some were questioning whether Mark D'Antonio was going to be able to survive in East Lansing.
I tell you what, we were there. We got beat by Notre Dame pretty handily, but they have come together and played very well since then. Some of the loss last week to Northwestern, but that's a huge bounce back against Penn State.
First down, Rudolph over the middle, and he guns it. Found a nice spot for Jalen McCleskey. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Oklahoma State scoreless in the third. Let's see what they do with the ball to start the fourth after this, down by 10.
Fox 2.
As we take a look at the scoring by quarters.
Well, that's kind of shocking to me because it's like to see it 0 in any of those quarters, in particular after that second. It's an outstanding job by that Oklahoma defense getting 2 turnovers.
Second down and 1 for Oklahoma State. Hill looking for the first down, and he has it. As he gets to the 40-yard line, Emmanuel Beal brings him down.
Well, this defense certainly was opportunistic there, but the run game for Oklahoma State just continues to chew up yardage.
First down to the 40. Rudolph all day to throw the ball. Winds up down the sideline. And incomplete. A flag on the play. Chris Lacey, the intended receiver. Trey Norwood, the freshman, covering.
And Norwood gets caught with his feet set in the ground. He's got to spin back there.
Defense, number 13. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
And he just gets caught a little underthrown, and he makes contact first. Easy call for the official. 15 yards and a free first down for Oklahoma State.
From the Oklahoma 45 now. Hill. And Justice Hill breaking tackles again. Gets close to the 40. Trey Norwood with the tackle. Let's go downstairs to Jenny.
Well, something to keep an eye on, guys. James Washington, the Oklahoma State receiver on the sideline. He's nursing. It looks like a high ankle sprain. That's what the medical staff told him right now. He's trying different pressure to see how he feels. They have taped it back up. Looks like he will try. We'll have to see.
Washington, 7 catches, 128 yards and a touchdown. 2nd and 6 from the 41. Mason Rudolph playing, spins, and sacked for the first time today. DJ Ward.
They were trying to go deep, exploit the one-on-one, but Oklahoma dropped back in coverage. Stephen Parker, the safety, was way back, and Rudolph could not let the ball go when he wanted to. Excellent coverage there, and DJ Ward finds himself into the backfield and gets that sack. The pressure on the quarterback is what has been different, really, for both defenses in this third quarter. We didn't see nearly any pressure in the second quarter. That's why we saw all the points and all the yards, but now the defense is starting to come to life.
Loss of 9. 3rd down and 15 at midfield. They need to go to the 35 for first down. And the flag.
Delay a game. Offense. Number 2. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Boy, those, for a veteran quarterback, those are just so frustrating. And now it creates not an impossible situation, but certainly a different situation for the defense. And you don't have James Washington not on the field. He's the only one averaging over 20 yards a catch for this offense.
3rd down and 20 at the 45. Rudolph delivers. Caught. Close to a first down. Marcel Aitman ran a great route. But looks like it'll be a bit short.
Yeah, I was waiting for this spot. It really was a great route. They're attacking Trey Norwood, the true freshman, and you see the feet inbounds, and he kind of takes off just inside of that first down marker. Based on that review, I don't think that was a terrible spot, because it looks like he exited the field short of the 35-yard line, but they're going to stay on the field here and go for it on 4th down.
So 4th and 1 after the 19-yard pickup. Justice Hill gets it, looking for the first down, and he has it. Justice Hill, and you mentioned it earlier, partner, he knows how to get low.
Yeah, and he just ran to color. He saw his offensive lineman, got low, got the yard he needed.
First down, Rudolph goes sideline. Caught! Touchdown Cowboys! What a throw! Tyron Johnson, the LSU transfer.
Just a straight go route. He made one little move to the inside, but it wasn't much, and just torches Jordan Thomas on the outside. Thomas never gets out of his back pedal. That's why he gets beat so badly. The separation is created. Johnson can fly, and Jordan Thomas could never catch up. Great ball, by the way, by Mason Rudolph, right on the money.
They feel that this kid Johnson has a chance to be another one of the great receivers in Oklahoma State history.
Transferred from LSU, had to sit out last season. He was a 5-star prospect and the number 2 wide receiver in the country out of high school, and he's showing you some of that skill right there.
They've had a couple. Hartley Dykes, Dez Bryant, Blackman, Washington. Extra point, good. 48-45, 12:30 to play, fourth quarter. Most known for their famous chili cheese fries, established in 1975. We had our dinner there last night. And Joel, didn't you eat some of those cheese fries?
Because I didn't just have some, I killed some of those chili cheese fries. And don't forget the bacon on top too. Adds a nice little touch.
Good stuff. Marcelius Sutton is the deep man for Oklahoma as Amendola kicks it away. Sutton from the three. And Sutton covering up as he gets past the 20. And let's take a look at the summary of the second half.
You know, some defense to start the third quarter. First it was Oklahoma. They're able to get a stop, the turnover, which led to a field goal. It was a nice hold by the OSU defense. Then the turnover again from the Oklahoma side. Will Johnson gets the pick, and Riley was fired up. They turned it into a touchdown. And that broken play turns into Anderson down the sideline. And then another Rudolph again, beautifully thrown, right on the money. Johnson winds up in the back of the end zone, and here we go. We got about 12 and a half left. It's a three-point game in Bedlam. This is about as much as you could ask for, with both teams over 550 yards of total offense.
First down and 10 at the 23 for Baker Mayfield. Up by 3. Here's a handoff. Anderson. And he's driven backwards to Quentin Osborne, right in the middle of the action. And here's the deal, partner. You know what's on the line for both these teams.
Everything.
Lost today, and
they're out. They're out. I don't think you can recover. You might be able to recover in the Big 12. You can't recover in the playoff race, and there's been a lot of chaos there, but this is for everything.
Second and 10 of the 23. Mayfield winds up down the field. Hollywood! Touchdown! Sooners! 77 yards! Who is this kid? Where'd he come from?
He was a junior college transfer from the College of the Canyons. That's where he came from, but he originated out of Hollywood, Florida. Baker Mayfield has tremendous arm strength, doesn't get enough credit. Check this out, back foot, throws it late, but way down the field, over the defense. Brown is back there and winds up in the end zone. Wow, like that, Oklahoma comes back.
Seibert in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. Hollywood Brown, 9 catches, 265 yards, 2 huge touchdowns. Oklahoma with a half 100 on the road. Dave and Buster's. And by Cabela's. Get to Cabela's for all your hunting, fishing, and camping needs. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, recognizing blimp-worthy athletes who go all out, all game, all season long. Goodyear, more driven. Baker Mayfield has now broken Landry Jones's record with 564 passing yards in a game. And Oklahoma, more importantly, takes a 55-45 lead. And how about this kid, folks? Marquise Brown.
Well, they lost so much production from the wide receiver position. Remember, D.D. Westbrook won the Biletnikoff Award. He was a 1,500-yard receiver, and they thought they were going to do it with depth, and they sure have. CeeDee Lamb, the true freshman, has been great, and now all of a sudden in the back half of the year, Marquise Brown has come alive. We saw him get going against Kansas State. Last week he was terrific against Tech, and then today he's just gone bonkers. 9 for 265 and 2 tugs. I'll tell you what, and a new nickname to go with it.
Look at it. Look at that smile. He's got a great smile.
Yeah.
First down and 10 at the 25 for Oklahoma State. Rudolph over the middle, and it's caught. Stoner still on the move and finally chopped down inside Oklahoma territory. That's a 31-yard gain. Will Johnson with the saving tackle. Now near side. Stoner again, and he'll go out of bounds at the 40.
The tempo is just incredible with how fast they're at the line of scrimmage, ready to snap the ball again. At times, Oklahoma seems so gassed that they've got to just play base defense, and Oklahoma State is making them pay.
2nd and 6. Pump fake. Rudolph, and incomplete. That one intended for Johnson. James Washington is officially out for the rest of the game with the ankle injury.
And it doesn't seem to be slowing them down. They're still throwing the ball down the field. Remember, this is one of the deeper wide receiver groups in all of college football.
3rd down and 6 at the 41. Rudolph. And a first down. That's a hard-looking throw, partner.
I think it's the toughest throw in all of football. It's the far side, so he's on the hash. He's throwing it to the far side, and it's just a 5-yard out route. So the angle is very difficult, the length is very difficult, and he completes it.
First down after the 7-yard gain. Rudolph bobbling it, picks it up, lets it go, and throws it out of bounds. And as NFL scouts go, does Rudolph, is he considered to be a quarterback with a strong arm?
Oh, certainly. Now, for the last couple of weeks, he has been dealing with something, and he hasn't had quite the zip that he's had on the ball previously in the beginning of the season, but he's got the frame, the makeup, he's got the arm strength down the field. Again, his accuracy down the field is maybe unmatched in our sport.
2nd down and 10 at the 34. And a delayed handoff to Hill. And Oklahoma ready for it. As Devontae Lampkin and Caleb Kelly combine on the tackle.
You might need a few more yards to feel comfortable about it. Amendola, again, that career long is 53 yards. It would be about that right now if they didn't gain any yards and had to try a field goal from Mike Gundy, who struggled on that special team. So some positive gains here needed to feel more comfortable about a field goal if that's the direction they go.
3rd down and 12 at the 36. Mason Rudolph, near side, and broken up. This time, it's Trey Norwood who made up ground when the ball was in the air, intended for Marcel Aitman.
Great closing speed from Norwood, and again, that ball was in the air a long time. The far side out route. Rudolph tried to put a lot on it, but Norwood able to make up the ground and get it batted down. Rudolph and the offense going to stay on the field on a long 4th down opportunity here.
They need 12 yards. The first down marker is at the 24. 4th and 12. Rudolph off his back foot. Caught out of bounds, first down. This time it's Aitman. And now they say it's incomplete. He didn't get a foot in bounds.
Boy, it was close on that sideline. It's all going to be dependent on when he gains control.
Incomplete pass.
That left foot is certainly down, and it looks like he's got control. The right foot was out, but it looked like he had control of that ball. Watch his left foot. Control, and the foot down.
I don't understand sometimes, partner, how these athletes are able to do these kind of things.
Oh, 6'4", 220, and like a ballerina, he just touches that left toe down. What a sensational catch from Aitman. I certainly believe that this will be overturned and ruled a completion, and it'll be first down for Oklahoma State.
Marcel Aitman having another big game already. 2 receiving touchdowns for Aitman. He came into this game with 34 catches, the #2 receiver behind Washington, for 668 yards, averaging close to 20 yards per catch.
I mean, what great body control. And, you know, I don't fault the official on the field because both the officials were looking for that right foot, the definitive foot to land in bounds. And that one was kind of clearly out of bounds. They weren't looking at that toe in the back, the left toe that was behind him. That's more difficult to see in real time for the official on the field right there. They're looking at the right foot. And so when that hits out of bounds, they conference, they say, no, it's an incomplete pass. In replay, I certainly believe that he was controlling that ball, though maybe at the end The only thing that would make this stand, Gus, is if they believe that he didn't have control all the way through the ground, but I certainly believe he did. And again, here's where you know you can kind of read between the lines. They are writing the information down because they are setting right now, okay, it's going to be 1st and 10. It's going to be somewhere around the, I believe
18.
It was, yeah, the 18-yard line. It'll be on the left hash. So those are the details that they're talking about right now in replay to get it right. They have already made their call, I'm certain. What a great catch. How about that?
Man,
Aitman's been brilliant, hasn't he?
yes, he has. He's gone over 100 yards receiving in 4 of the last 6 games. Remember, he sat out last season after suffering an injury during summer workouts.
And what about the luxury for a team? They lose a Biletnikoff Award caliber wide receiver in James Washington, and they still have a guy like Aitman that can dominate the game.
After reviewing the play, the receiver got his left foot down inbounds, maintained possession of the ball. It's a catch and a first down at the 18-yard line. First down.
So Oklahoma State picks up the first down as Aitman got his toe down, a gain of 18. That makes it 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Oklahoma State showing off that depth at wide receiver. Remember, it was against Pitt that 4 of these guys went for over 100 yards in the same game.
From the 18.
It's like the chains got tangled up over there, so they're just setting the chains here.
Get the chains set correctly.
Get them set now. Oklahoma might want to start thinking about putting some help over the top of Marcel Aitman. Right now they've got a true freshman out there who's 5'11", and he's trying to go man-to-man against 6'4", 220 pounds. That's a tough task for Trey Norwood, number 13. He's made a few really nice plays. He broke up a pass just before that conversion, but that's still a mismatch that Oklahoma State can exploit, in particular down here inside the red zone.
First down and 10 to the 18. Rudolph looking. Rudolph in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Tyron Johnson again. What a game.
Johnson turned Motley all the way around. Parnell Motley's back in that corner on the other side, and he got caught with his hips in the wrong position. Watch out, Johnson on the outside, number 13. He gives him a little outside move, and right there, it's just over. As soon as the corner commits, Motley to the outside. Johnson turns back to the inside. Touchdown, Cowboys.
55-51. Signer, make that Amendola, excuse me, in for the extra point. And it's good. 55-52. 5th touchdown pass of the game for Rudolph. Johnson scores his 2nd receiving touchdown. And we've got a 3.2, 107 combined points today, most in the history of this series. And remember, it dates back to 1904. Cowboys send it away. And this one brought out of the end zone by Sutton. And he crosses the 15 up to the 17-yard line. Let's go to Greg Wolf for a game break.
Following the game. Gus, Joel, back to you.
All right, the great George St. Pierre, our fighter. One of the best to ever do it. This kid, college-wise, Baker Mayfield. One of the best to ever do it at Oklahoma. And with 9 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter, his team up 55-52. Let's see. Mayfield pulls it out, decides to run it himself. Here's the magic man, first down. as he crosses the 35 up to the 36, an 18-yard gain.
What a great fake. Check out, his eyes are going to go onto this side, and as the defense totally collapses down, there's the collapse. He pulls the ball out, finds room to run, and he takes off. Again, he's not the fastest runner, but he's unafraid of contact, gets up, and he lets everybody know about it.
The Heisman Trophy is his to win based on what took place today. First down and 10 at the 35. J.T. Barrett struggled. Saquon Barkley struggled. Here's the handoff to Anderson.
Not only that, but their run game is struggling. So this game, 55-52, 9 minutes to go in Bedlam, is coming down to, can Baker Mayfield beat Oklahoma State's offense? Because Oklahoma State right now, they can run the ball at will. They're throwing the ball down the field. Aikman's got the mismatch. But Mayfield right now does not have his run game with them. They're averaging under 4 yards per carry. It's going to be incumbent on him to throw the ball for a victory.
Second and 10 at the 35. Mayfield gives it up. Anderson. And Anderson churning his legs as he crawls to the 40-yard line for a 3-yard pickup.
That was a tough run to get 3 yards. And he was basically about 7 yards after contact and only picked up 3. Hit in the backfield there as this crowd comes alive, urging their defense on. The only time that they've been able to stop Oklahoma on third down, it's been by creating pressure in the backfield on Baker Mayfield.
And usually the man that creates the pressure is number 1, Calvin Bundage. 3rd and 7 at the 38. Mayfield looking. Mayfield delivers, and it's caught for first down. C.D. Lamb. A gain of 9.
And again, Mayfield had to throw off his back foot because he had pressure in his face and delivered a strike. Great arm talent. C.D. Lamb ran a great route. Got the separation he needed, and these offenses just don't flinch. They have a no-flinch mentality led by their quarterbacks. 3rd down, 4th down, it don't matter. Let's sling it around.
First down at the 47. Mayfield hands it off Anderson, and Anderson met at the line of scrimmage. This time it's Whitener, the middle linebacker, with the play.
Yeah, they can't get any movement up there with their offensive line. Oklahoma's offensive line came in highly touted as one of the best in the country, but Oklahoma State has just stymied them. They can't get any movement. Those big boys up front now are in a mode where they're just going to have to be pass protecting for the rest of this game.
2nd and 9 at the 48. Mayfield, play action, rolls out of the pocket, throws on the move. Ooh. And what a throwing catch. Again, it's Brown. Are they going to give it to him? And they do.
Oh, the throw here. This is incredible. It's like Brown was going to the ground. Boy, I don't know. That does not look like a secure catch before that ball hit the ground. Remember, the ball can touch the ground as long as the wide receiver or running back, doesn't matter, controls it.
I mean, it looked like he controlled the ball, Joel. I don't understand why that wouldn't be a catch.
It certainly did not look like you can't control the ball with your wrist. And it looked like it was.
I mean, he didn't drop it. It didn't hit the ground.
I think the ground helped him secure the ball, which would lead to an incompletion.
I think we're being way too specific with this thing.
Well, look at it. It goes through his hands, and then the ground basically bounces it back up to him.
Dean Blandino, our rules analyst in Los Angeles. Dino, what do you think here?
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and I agree with Joel. He has to have firm control in both hands before that ball touches the ground. It slides through. Maybe he's attempting to control it with his wrist. Knows that the ball touches the ground. To me, that's an incomplete pass.
Ruling on the field is a catch. And now it looks like they will reverse it.
Yeah, and these reversals, it comes with that pin out so they can get, all right, where are we going back to? What was the down and distance? What do we need to do with the clock? All of those logistics and the technicalities. They'll be going back. It'll be a 3rd and 9 at the 48-yard line after they overturn this call.
After reviewing the play, the pass is incomplete. 3rd down.
So 3rd down and 9 at the 48. Thank you, Dean. Mayfield. Big play here for both sides. And this crowd behind their Cowboys against their most hated rivals.
Big plays. Mayfield looks one direction, and it's generally to his tight end, Mark Andrews.
Andrews in the slot, closest to the offensive line at the bottom of your screen. There he is. Third down now. Mayfield, play fake. Mayfield looking. Mayfield caught over the middle at the 40. Michael Jones with another big reception.
What a great job by Mayfield. He was able to be patient, kept his eyes down the field. Good protection up front. It starts with the offensive line, and then he allows C.D. Lamb to just come open across the middle and find the hole. There Lamb finds the hole, able to settle down just a moment and get the completion, and a huge conversion for the Sooners.
Correction, yes, C.D. Lamb with the catch. First down at the 27. Anderson and Rodney Anderson. Another good run for the Sooner offense. Anderson picking up 5 on the play.
And even though they haven't run the ball all that effectively, they have to be able to run the ball at this point. They've got to drain the clock a little bit on their way to potentially taking a 2-possession lead. Rodney Anderson, 20 carries, 100 yards, 5.5 per, but overall, Oklahoma only about 3.5 yards per carry. Lincoln Riley knows that they're going to have to run it here to be effective.
Second down and 5 at the Cowboy 22. Anderson. And Anderson will be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calvin Bundage. Once again, we mentioned his name in this game.
Been flying around ever since those 2 mistakes early when he jumped offside on those pressures, those blitzes. He's been fantastic, and they're crashing so hard and fast. At some point, you're going to see Baker Mayfield pull that ball out like earlier in this series and run it himself.
Third down, 5 at the 22. And offside on Oklahoma State. Free play in the end zone. And Lamb, a flag thrown. Rodarius Williams covering.
Looks like DeQuinton Osborne, the defensive lineman, jumped offside, and then in the end zone, there was a lot of fighting going on between C.D. Lamb and the corner over there. Looked like Rodarius Williams, and that one certainly could have gone either way.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Offside, defense number 91. Pass, that penalty's declined. Pass interference, defense number 8. Full 15-yard penalty be enforced. Automatic, first down.
There's Osborne as he jumps offside. He knows he made the mistake. The free play, Mayfield tries to take advantage, and there's a lot of fighting going on here. Again, this could have gone either way. There was definitely a jersey grab, but at the end, when the officials' eyes get back down to the contact, the bulk of the contact was being made by Rodarius Williams, and it sets up a huge situation here for Oklahoma.
First down and goal at the 7. Mayfield hands it off. Sermon. And he gets across the line of scrimmage, picks up a couple. 4:25 remaining in the 4th, 3-point ball game.
Remember, we've seen Oklahoma a couple of different times get into the red zone and falter, take a couple of sacks. They got knocked out of field goal range. They had to settle for a field goal after the turnover of
Oklahoma State, though, has to keep Oklahoma out of the end zone. With 4 minutes to play, 2nd and goal at the 6. Mayfield rolls. Mayfield looks. Mayfield sacked. Calvin Bundage, ball player.
Well, here comes Bundage. It's not a blitz, but it just takes way too long. They're trying to get the play action pass, get the tight end open in the corner of the end zone. He wasn't there. Bundage never quits and gets Mayfield to the ground. And Oklahoma's just taken way too many sacks in the red zone and in the scoring area. Mayfield again goes down.
A loss of 6. 5th sack of the game for Oklahoma State. 3rd and goal at the 12.
Got a one-on-one at the top of your screen. That's C.D. Lamb.
Here's Mayfield.
Oklahoma takes its 2nd time out of the half.
3:09 to play, 4th quarter, 55-52.
In this arena,
As well as streaming live on FS Go, we will get you out to UFC 217 at the immediate conclusion of our game. But you may want to stick around and watch this one. First, 3rd down goal at the 12 for Oklahoma. 12th play of the drive that started at their own 17. A touchdown here will make it awfully hard on Oklahoma State.
Looks like Oklahoma State's going to play coverage, try to force Mayfield to make a tight window throw into the end zone.
Andrews, the receiver, in the slot at the top of your screen. Mayfield looks that way. Mayfield delivers and intercepted. Whitener. What a play by the Oklahoma State defense. And they've got great field position with all 3 timeouts and a little less than 3 minutes remaining. 2nd interception of the day for Mayfield.
They just didn't see Whitener. He's right in the middle of the field. Mayfield's trying to go to Andrews, but Whitener was sitting on the goal line. Again, forcing Mayfield to make a tight window throw. Playing coverage, knowing the run was not a threat at 3rd and goal. That's why the sack was so huge on the previous play. And Whitener comes up with the biggest play of the game so far for Oklahoma State. What a huge moment for them and a huge mistake for Baker Mayfield.
So with 2:59 left, down 55-52. Mason Rudolph takes over at his own 35. James Washington, the prolific receiver, out with an ankle injury. 1st down. Rudolph fires and incomplete.
A little pressure in the backfield from DJ Ward. Good coverage down the field. It forced Rudolph to hold on to the ball longer than he wanted to and allowed Ward to get some pressure. And he wasn't able to get the completion.
2nd down and 10 at the 35. Rudolph over the middle, caught, Aitman, and he's stripped up at the Oklahoma 45-yard line.
Boy, they continue to play this one-on-one coverage against Marcell Aitman. He's beaten it almost every single time. Trey Norwood is doing his best. He's only 5'11", 188 pounds as a true freshman, but Oklahoma State just attacking him right now. He did save a touchdown there with a quality tackle.
1st down to the 45 after the 20-yard pickup. Rudolph underneath and incomplete. Dylan Stoner, the intended receiver, looked like he was open.
Well, for the Cowboys offensively, there's two things that you have got to pay attention to. The first is where number 31 is, Obo Okoronkwo, because he's the pass rusher that can create havoc in the backfield. So you got to protect Mason Rudolph. Then the next is, what's the matchup for Marcel Aitman? If he's in a one-on-one situation, you got to give him a chance on the outside, because that's the biggest mismatch on the field.
2nd and 10 at the 45. Rudolph under pressure, and Rudolph sacked. What a huge play. Obo, first sack of the day, his 8th of the season.
And it's just a soft inside move. This is a total breakdown of coverage and protection, I should say, from Zachary Crabtree.
3rd and 20. Rudolph looking, dancing. Rudolph intercepted, Oklahoma. And a flag. Trey Brown.
Guys, I think they're talking about a potential targeting foul on Will Johnson. This would be a monumental call in this game, and they are trying to make sure.
After the interception, targeting Oklahoma, number 12. That plays under further review.
Well, the tip happens. Okay, here's in the back. There's your safety, Will Johnson, number 12. And as the route comes across the field after the tip, almost simultaneously with the catch, there's the contact with the wide receiver with his head down. He's trying to move that head to the side and lead with the shoulder. Oh my goodness, this is a tough one. Now they said in the announcement, Mike DeFee said that it was after the interception. That is a huge point of demarcation there. And it certainly looked like it was bang, bang, close to simultaneous.
Dean Blandino is with us. Dean.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and Joel makes a good point. The referee announced it occurred after the interception. Now, that's not reviewable. All they can look at is the contact, and it looks, look, the receiver's in a defenseless posture. The defender does drop his head. There is some helmet-to-helmet contact. I think this is going to be tough to overturn. But again, it was ruled after the interception, so that means that the defense will keep the football.
That's a huge moment, because at that point, I don't want to minimize the targeting call, Dean, but really this is all about possession. And the fact that they announced on the field, Mike DeFee, the head official, said that it was after the interception. That is a non-reviewable call, which means that will not be overturned, and Oklahoma will retain possession whether Will Johnson is ejected or not for targeting.
But Joel,
yeah, that's not a reviewable.
I'm sorry, Dean. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
the
that's
targeting
okay.
happened
That's not
before the interception.
They can't review that.
Correct, but there is a provision in the rule in terms of an egregious mistake. Now, the replay official could implement that part of the rule to say, look, it clearly happened prior to the player possessing the football. So that is part of the rule, and it'll be interesting to see how they rule on this.
Dean, would they use real-time or slow-mo to try to enforce that egregious mistake type of ruling?
Yeah, I think in replay you can slow it down. Even in full speed, you can see that the contact occurs before the pass is intercepted. And again, in replay, you're going to be able to slow it down and look at that. But that specific part is not reviewable in the rule book currently.
Well, this creates one heck of a scenario here where there is an out to potentially overturn this from the replay official. Our replay official today, Dan Caprell. Communicator is D. Anderson. my years doing this, partner, I have not been a part of a bigger review.
The winner of this game will keep their college football playoffs hopes alive. The loser can only play for a Big 12 championship.
And regardless of the ruling here, this is going to be talked about for a long time, because there is that out for the egregious mistake, and yet technically it is a non-reviewable call. Boy, it looks like they're communicating a lot, writing down a lot. I won't be shocked if Oklahoma State actually retains possession here. Which would mean that they would have to be enforcing the targeting. And so then you go back to, was it targeting or was it not targeting? Will Johnson tries to lead with his shoulder, certainly some contact with the head, and right there, that helmet to helmet contact, that's targeting, going to be enforced. Absolutely. I agree with you, partner.
And the ball was intercepted after the targeting.
It was. I have a hunch they're going to overturn this, and Cowboys are going to retain the ball here.
And this place is going to go crazy.
After reviewing the play, the ruling of targeting stands. It was clearly, the foul clearly occurred prior to the change of possession. By rule, the penalty will be enforced 15 yards from the previous spot because it was a pass play. It's first and 10. Number 12 is disqualified.
Dean Blandino, thank you very much for your explanation, for explaining it to us. You were excellent. Oklahoma State gets the football back.
And Oklahoma loses another secondary member. They've lost Jordan Thomas, who we have not seen return after hobbling off with some cramp issues. Now Will Johnson, the safety. Khalil Houghton earlier in the game had a shoulder that was banged up. So at this point, a depleted secondary is going to be facing one of the best in all of college football. They've got two true freshmen on the field, number 20 Robert Barnes and number 13 Trey Norwood.
First down at the 40-yard line.
Excuse me, three true freshmen. Trey Brown, number 6, number 20 Robert Barnes, a safety, and number 13 Trey Norwood. Both corners are true freshmen for the Oklahoma Sooners.
Keep your eye on number 13, Tyron Johnson. He has 2 receiving touchdowns for Oklahoma State today. He's come up big with James Washington being out. From the 40, first down. Rudolph underneath. This ball caught. And Keenan Brown with the reception.
Good tackle there by Norwood. Comes up from that corner spot, and they're going to try to give these corners some help. You know, with 1:25 left, 3 timeouts, wouldn't be shocked to see a run play here from Oklahoma State.
Second down and 9 at the 39. And they run it with Hill, trying to get outside, and he does. Stops the clock after a 1-yard gain. Emmanuel Beal pushes him out of bounds. So that brings up a 3rd down and 8. Where do they need to go to get in field goal territory for Matt Amendola?
53 is his career long. They would need about 3 more yards.
3rd and 8 at the 38. Rudolph underneath, incomplete. So now a 4th down. Caleb Kelly getting his hands on the football to deflect it.
Kelly just got up there, just enough of this ball, or else that was going to be a completion. And it looks like Oklahoma State will stay on the field and go for it on 4th down.
From here, it will be a 55-yard field goal. So the Cowboys faced with 4th and 8. And they call timeout. We'll stay right here. Tension.
Well, every single big play, what have we seen in this second half? They have gone the direction of their big wide receiver, Marcel Aitman, who's been in one-on-one coverage. Amendola has a career long of 53. He's done it 2 times. He's also struggled, missed a couple of kicks shorties last week at West Virginia. There's Aitman. He's 6'4". Oklahoma's got 2 true freshmen on the field at the corner position. Playoff hopes in the balance. Big 12 title hopes in the balance. You got to go down with your best if you're going to go down.
So who do you go to?
I go to Aitman. He's got the biggest mismatch on the field. Because of that, defensively for OU, I would absolutely give Trey Norwood help.
Watch Mason Rudolph. He's sneaky fast. He can get you 8 yards if he has to. 4th down and 8 at the 38. Biggest play of the game. Rudolph looking. Rudolph delivers. Incomplete. Overthrown. Intended for Johnson. And the Cowboys turn it over on downs.
That was the only deep ball all night that Rudolph overthrew. He's been on the money all night long. Good protection. Okoronkwo couldn't quite get there in the pass rush, and Rudolph just overthrew Tyron Johnson. Trey Brown was in coverage, the true freshman from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And OU, with a minute left, has the ball back with a 3-point lead.
Oklahoma State has 2 timeouts remaining to stop the clock with a minute to go. 1st down for Mayfield and the Sooners at their own 38. They hand it off straight ahead. And Sermon dragging defenders. He's close to a 1st down. And a timeout on the field called by Oklahoma State. And that brings us to the expectation-shattering drive of the game, sponsored by Buick.
Got to go with the last touchdown. The one that made it 55. Mayfield back-footed this throw way down the field, and it was Marquise Brown. Huge day, 9 catches, 265. None bigger than that one. 2 touchdowns, and Baker Mayfield threw for 598 yards today. Did throw 2 picks, made it interesting after that pick the last series, but OU's defense comes up with a huge stand. Now they're a 1st down away from salting another Bedlam victory.
They're faced with 2nd down and 1. Only 1 timeout left for OK State. First down, Oklahoma, and even more. Sermon still on the move. Sermon to the corner. Touchdown Sooners, 53 yards.
For Oklahoma State was up near the line of scrimmage. They had to stop him, not allow the 1st down, and because of that, it takes only 1 crease. Once they got it, he was gone.
Austin Seibert comes in to attempt the extra point, and it's good. OU 785 yards of total offense.
There's going to be a free player on defense that's got a shot at the tackle. As he starts squeezing down, Sermon, it's him and him, one-on-one. Sermon breaks the tackle, makes the cutback, and then beats everybody to the end zone. What a performance. What a game. There's the broken tackle. Trey Flowers couldn't bring him to the ground. Flowers, the senior, in his last chance in Bedlam, and Oklahoma's going to take home a victory.
So Mayfield leading his team. Now it's a 62-52 game with 42 seconds left. Tyron Johnson is the deep man for Oklahoma State. Seibert to send it away. And this one out of the end zone again. Mason Rudolph down by 10. One timeout left, 42 seconds.
Well, they would have to score awful quick to try to have a chance to onside this thing and get the ball back a second time in a two-possession game. Because of that, this OU defense, they got to be way off the ball. Make sure everything's completed in front of you and then go up and make the tackle.
First down and 10 at the 25. And a timeout called by Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's a good timeout. You might be thinking to yourself, well, why in the world would they be doing that? Because they've got so many true freshmen in that secondary. So they want to be abundantly clear to them what the objective is. Okay? He's saying it's all about tackling here. Okay? Let them catch the ball, wrap them up, make the tackle. Communication for young players is of the utmost of importance. Set the expectation. Remember, both corners, true freshmen, Trey Brown, Trey Norwood, as well as Robert Barnes being forced into action because of all the injuries. And Lincoln Riley is just making sure that they know exactly what the objective is on this last series. No Oklahoma State player gets past you, period.
On a day in which number 6 Ohio State loses to Iowa 55-24. Number 7 Penn State losing its second straight game 27-24 at number 24 Michigan State. The number 5 team in the nation, Oklahoma, taken into deep waters here in Stillwater.
And this will be the second time, if they're able to hold on, that they go on the road and get a victory over a team that at the time was ranked in the top 11 in the country.
First and 10 to the 25. Rudolph. And incomplete. Intended for Aitman close to midfield with 36 seconds remaining.
And the legend of Baker Mayfield will continue to grow. I know that was not a great interception, right, in a three-point game in their last real meaningful series, but still undefeated on the road, and with all of those guys losing and putting up 598 yards through the air.
5 touchdown passes, 1 rushing touchdown.
Number 6 is your front runner for the Heisman Trophy, folks.
Yes, he is, officially. Second and 10 to the 25. And they'll hand it off to Hill. And Hill picks up 8th. Kenneth Mann with the tackle. Oklahoma State will use its final timeout.
I know it's disappointing for Oklahoma State, but in his first shot as a head coach, Lincoln Riley looks like he's going to get a victory in this Bedlam.
As you take a look at the upcoming schedule, tough one next week in Norman against TCU, who's leading Texas right now 10-0. at Kansas and then at home to wrap up the regular season against West Virginia.
Of course, all of that would lead into potentially a matchup in the Big 12 championship. And you never know, you may have to face this Oklahoma State team again, depending on how everything shakes out. Of course, Iowa State losing today, and that's the team that Mike Gundy and his Cowboys will face next week, and that will be a tough environment up there in Ames. It's not an easy place to play, and that defense is playing very well.
3rd down and 2 at the 33. Rudolph to the sideline as Stoner, and he gets out of bounds, stopping the clock with 25 seconds to go. Oklahoma State out of timeouts.
And it's all about just being disciplined now for Oklahoma. Don't jump any passes. Don't try to be a hero and make an interception or some big hit or play. Just keep everybody in front of you and then rally up and make the tackle.
1st down at the 44. Rudolph over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for McCleskey. 19 seconds to go. Career day for Baker Mayfield. The young man from Austin, Texas, who started his career at Texas Tech as a walk-on, transferred to Oklahoma. He's been spectacular in the 3 years that he's played in Norman. 2nd and 10 at the 44. Rudolph steps up in the pocket, delivers down the field, and intercepted. Trey Brown, and that'll do it. 62-52. OU survives on the road in Bedlam.
Number 11, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
So it looks like Oklahoma State will hold on to the ball after the holding penalty. And if it's number 11 for Oklahoma, Parnell Motley.
Called for the hold down the field. We'll get at least another shot at this. It's got to be disappointing for Mason Rudolph. James Washington, those seniors came back for their senior year.
Rudolph, 11 seconds to go. Winds up, throwing it into the end zone. And out of bounds with 3 seconds to play. Oklahoma State, though, partner, had opportunities.
They did. They did. They had the ball after, you know, really a monumental mistake from Mayfield in a 3-point game inside the red zone. First he takes a sack, then he throws an interception, and it looks like everything's set up for Oklahoma State to go down the field. They get the benefit of that reversal and the targeting. That would have been an interception. Keep the ball, and then they just could not execute. Remember, Washington wasn't on the field.
Rudolph dancing around, throws it deep. And intercepted in the end zone by Robert Barnes. And that's your ball game. Oklahoma 62, Oklahoma State 52. Lincoln Riley gets his first Bedlam victory. As you take a look at the Big 12 standings, OU 5-1, 8-1 overall. They win the game, and Baker Mayfield, the Magic Man, is officially the front runner for the Heisman Trophy. 598 yards passing, 5 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdowns. A new Oklahoma single game passing record. Let's go downstairs.